Welcome to another Razorback Live with the Sarge. As always, I'm the Sarge, and we got the man with us today.
Oh, sorry. I was finishing my chocolate chip cookie.
Hog
I
Wild
was
in the
trying to
building
feed
with
it to you
us.
through the camera. I
I
didn't
was
know
trying
if
to
you
get a
could see
bite.
it.
Hope everybody's having a great Thursday evening. We got Arkansas at Auburn today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Then we may do. I haven't figured it out yet, but I may do softball Sunday and Monday. The girls, because I think they play
They play
Sunday.
on Sunday
Yeah, I think they play Sunday or
on
Monday,
Easter.
or maybe they play on Monday. Yeah, it's Monday, I think. That's why the Hogs are playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday this weekend. Then, 'cause it's Easter Sunday. I knew it had to be something. I couldn't figure out why they switched it, but that's what it is. I don't. I don't much pay attention to the holidays on our calendar anymore. So I don't. It's just another day to me usually. So that makes sense. Huge shout out to everybody from the last stream, all the new members, all the new subscribers. You guys were phenomenal. They smashed the record on the likes. It is now 1,162. We had almost, good Lord, almost 4,000 people in here watching. So we got a lot of new eyes on us, so we appreciate that. And hopefully we can have some more numbers like that going forward. That would be the standard because that would be awesome. If you are new, we welcome you into Razorback Live with the Sarge, and hope you have fun watching all the Razorback coverage we do right here, and get to see a lot of Razorback victories. Now, that game we watched Tuesday, I don't even know what to say about that. It was awesome that we hit the ball. It wasn't so awesome that we gave up 15 runs with our pitching. So hopefully the boys got that stuff straight, and they keep the bats hot and the pitching gets better. And we will find out here in just a little bit. But it made for a good stream. That's all I can say. So we do appreciate that. Everybody stayed with us through that almost 5-hour long game too. At that was a marathon stream. And I see
definitely made you feel better.
We have a super chat right off the bat to Kurt Lampkins kicking off the stream. Thanks for your time, brother. Hey, Kurt, you're a legend, brother. We appreciate you very much, and it's always appreciated very, very much. And we are definitely here with you through this weekend. And I hope everybody has a happy Easter Sunday, since we won't be doing nothing Sunday then, obviously. So, yeah.
Be hunting for some eggs.
That's it. I did have some bad news on Tuesday, but the stream did help. You guys were awesome. My soldiers are always awesome. So let's run down real quick while we got a few seconds here to see who's in the building, get some shout-outs before we get going. Michael Falk is in the building. As always, Michael, good to see you. Arky Joe, the moderators in the house. Big Tiff, hey, girl. We was asking about you the other day. Thought something might have happened, but it's good to see you. Hope everything's going good for you. David, good to see you, buddy. Always in here. Angel, good to see you, bud. There's Kurt. Let's go down. Jeff, absolutely. Come on, team. Take some advice from old Coach Bedzik. Play like a wild Razorback today. Yes, we need that. Kurt says, looking for the run rule today. Short and sweet with the shutout pitching. That'd be nice. Sean, good to see you, buddy. How you doing, man? It's always good to have you in. GM in the house with all the emojis. Oh yeah, if you're a new member, you got emojis that you can use. John Christensen, what an intro. That's my favorite, John. Appreciate that, buddy.
I got yelled at many times making that intro.
Yes.
Not the song, but the video.
It's going to be a good night, Sarge. I hope so, Sean. It's always a good night when I get to spend it with you guys. So however the game goes, it's just how it's the game. But I get to spend time with you guys, so I love it. Dubzilla, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all your support. He also says hello to Hog Wild. Hog Wild says hello, Dub, since he can't say it himself.
Sorry, I was coughing my head off.
Jack over on Twitch says, "Go Hogs! When Major Razor's coming back?" He'll be back during the commercials. Jack. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so we got everybody in the house there. So we got about 2 minutes. Bud Atkins, good old Bud, hit us with a super chat for $5. Right there. Thanks, Sarge, for bringing all of us to these games. Hey, Bud, we appreciate you for your support. I know you're a member of the channel, too, so your support and membership is greatly appreciated, sir. We never take that for granted, and we do appreciate it very much, more than you could ever know. And again, appreciate it. Kurt Lampkin's in the house. Ooh, you smell my beans and ribs in the crock pot today. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. Sarge don't get to eat till after the stream is over because, see, this is what I was worried about. That is not the Razorbacks.
It's not time yet.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll give them that. Yeah, well, they got about a minute. But it don't look like it's going to... It's just more technical stuff behind the scenes that always wants to mess with you before you got to start a stream when they do stuff like this. So you just might have
a whole whopping 40 seconds left.
You might have to give us a minute for me to get it going, but we'll see what ESPN's got planned here. Because the game's on ESPN2 today, according to them. But right now, they're showing hockey. But we'll see what they switch over to at the top of the hour, which is right now. Yeah, okay, it looks like they're switching over. All right, so we should get ready to go here in a minute, and we'll get you guys... Yep, there we are. Excellent, excellent.
Top 25 matchup. It's number 17 Arkansas and number 18 Auburn.
Auburn's got a bit of a wall, don't they?
Perfect night for college baseball. Two of the best catchers in the country on display tonight. Chase Fralick leads this Auburn team in offense. He is a veteran force, and on the other side, Ryder Helfrich, just named to the Buster Posey Award.
We are at 62 of the 100 likes before the first inning is over, so you guys are on a good pace.
You to the loveliest village on the plains, Auburn, Alabama.
We are on 8 straight streams that has happened.
Would have been number 5 versus number 6.
Good streak
but
going.
Jensen Lewis, things have changed a little bit. Both of these teams have lost 4 in a row. They've tumbled in the rankings. They're scuffling a little bit, both desperately looking for a win.
Halfway point of the season, but also the eye on the future. And right here, right now, this Arkansas-Auburn matchup been favored to the Razorbacks. 6 consecutive series wins, including 3 here at Plainsman Park. Auburn, all they've done, won 12 of their last 13 weekend series overall. Their lone series loss a couple of weeks ago to the Texas Longhorns.
Pitching matchup tonight should be a fun one. We've got a veteran on the mound for the Razorbacks and a guy making his first SEC start on the hill for Auburn.
Going to be fun to watch. And when you think about where power pitchers are, you know that Gabe Gackel, a preseason All-American, it's in there. But the consistency has been the issue for the right-hander. He still has one of the elite chase rates in all of college baseball. But feast your eyes on one of the up-and-coming youngsters in Andreas Alvarez. You're looking at the nation's 4th lowest ERA and the SEC leader in ERA. Get ready for a lot of fastballs coming straight in your living room. He's going to attack from pitch number 1.
Not only has Andreas Alvarez not made a start in the SEC this year, he hasn't thrown a pitch against an SEC team. He has been their midweek starter, but the numbers are elite. An ERA, you see there, sub-1.
And Auburn, more importantly, 5-1 when he throws. He gets about 6.5 runs of support. That leads all Auburn pitching, and he will be tasked with taking out this Razorback attack.
And the top of the order for the Razorbacks tonight, Carter Rutenbar will lead off. Camden Koziel batting in the 3-hole. He is the offensive leader and a veteran presence in this lineup for the Razorbacks, who are looking to snap a 4-game losing skid. Swept at home last weekend by the Florida Gators. They lost a midweek game to Missouri State. Andreas Alvarez as the Auburn Tigers are in all blue. This one lifted out to left. Bub Terrell on the run, gets to the edge of the warning track and makes the catch for out number 1.
About a 5-pitch mix from Alvarez that you'll see tonight. Mention the fastball because that's what's gotten him to this point. We talked with head coach Butch Thompson about the growth, and he talked about pitching through hitters, and that's all Andreas Alvarez has done. He uses the fastball well to set up 3 to 4 elite off-speed pitches. You'll see primarily fastball, slider with some curve and cutter mixed in as well.
Best outing this year for Andreas Alvarez came in the first meeting that Auburn had with Georgia Tech, a Georgia Tech team that swings it as well as anybody in the country, top batting average in the country this season. He punched out a career-high 10 in that ball game. He gets a swing and a miss here from Nolan Sousa. Ball and a strike to Sousa, batting in the 2-hole, the second baseman for Arkansas, hitting .278 on the year. Couple of long balls, 15 driven in for Sousa, bats with 1 down. And the base is empty. He pops it third base side, foul, and that's going to drift into the seats. A crowd that is still building here. It's a new look Plainsman Park. The additions have been phenomenal. And Auburn coming off a record-setting single game twice and weekend series record when they hosted Texas 2 weeks ago.
Unbelievable to watch, and here you can feel an atmosphere that has certainly changed to the positive. And really, Richard, a club that now the expectation is it's not only getting through regionals, into super regionals. This is a place they want to have as a distinct home field advantage. You see down the right field line with the enclosure, the noise, everything stays packed in and really on top of the action.
Butch Thompson talked about the fact that it's been a slow build. This one hit sharply to short, backhanded by McCrane. Long throw just in time at first base to get Sousa for the second out. Auburn was shifted, but it was not a full shift. You had McCrane played up the middle and able to take away a base hit.
Really good job by just keeping his feet about him here when he gets back
That looked
up,
pretty close. I ain't going to lie to you, Sarge.
Great execution right there. Sensational
Yeah, I would take a
defensive
look at
play to get going here in the first.
Yeah, that looks like he
That
was out
brings
for now.
Camden Koziel to the plate for the Razorbacks.
It's a good play.
Good look at McCrane there. It's short. A shift on for Koziel with the Auburn defense for the first pitch.
I do not like how he says
down the first baseline.
Koziel.
Hitting .336
Koziel.
on the year.
Yeah.
8 home
Don't
runs.
try to
lead
church
the
it up, son.
Razorbacks, and 37 driven in. He is an Omaha, Nebraska native, and that is where he would like to be when this season comes to an end. Koziel fouls the fastball back. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Pretty good velocity coming in at 96.
Pretty apparent right now that both these clubs, and we'll see how Auburn attacks Gabe Gackel here in the bottom of the first, but both clubs want to kind of get that bad taste out of their mouth, try and get an early lead on the opposition.
Just off the outside part of the plate, went off speed there. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. You said out of the gate, a lot of fastballs from Alvarez. This one goes off speed.
This was good because now you can kind of extend east and west, gain a little bit of real estate if he wanted to come back in as well.
Gets him to chase the high fastball. A foul tip held on by Freilich, and a good start on the mound for Andreas Alvarez, making his first start.
Making his first start. Looked pretty good. My daughter's in the chat. Caitlin, she's the one that's going to bring the baby in the next few days, hopefully. Hope everything's going well. Miss Veronica, I'm doing good today. Hope you are too. Yeah, everybody, just so you know, this is Thursday, not Friday. Don't get confused because we usually play on Fridays. But this weekend, due to it being Easter Sunday, they're playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday instead. Look at Scott. My man never misses a beat. Every stream, I'm telling you, every stream he's here, it's like clockwork with Scott. He says $5 for Scott. We appreciate you much, Scott. You're a legend, brother. In it. That's what I'm talking about.
If Gackle brings the heat today.
Yeah. He's warming up now.
California would like to put his last start in the rearview mirror. Lasted only an inning and a third against Florida.
Pitch with a purpose and be in attack mode from pitch number one. Don't worry about pitch counts, anything of that nature. Create length and leverage by being in the zone. Force Auburn, who has really struggled offensively, especially in that sweep by the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only 4 runs scored. They'll be tasked with trying to stop
I'll
these
take
guys
a
at the top. Bristol
struggling
Carter,
hit in Auburn.
to say there's some personality there would be an understatement. He's kind of that lightning rod that's got to get this Auburn attack going quickly.
The center fielder, you see Freilich hitting in the 2-hole. This is an Auburn team that is looking for more offense. They are hitting .285 for the year.
Good job, everybody. Well, 102 likes before the bottom of the first was over, so excellent job. We're on to number 9 tomorrow.
4 SEC games. You're not going to
Are they allowed to use wood bat?
No.
Thinking about
College
where
is not
the
allowed to use
dominance
wood
has
bats.
been overall with this Auburn pitching staff. Even with that, a .145 average in that sweep against Alabama, 22 left on, but it's the runners in scoring position. That'll be the key not only tonight, Richard, but when you look at the overall complexion of this series. Both offenses struggling in that category just a week ago. Who will be that first team to be able to get that early lead?
First look at the Auburn offense tonight with Bristol Carter stepping in to lead things off for the Tigers, hitting .351 on the year, just .130 though in conference play so far. Trying to be a table setter at the top of the order. First pitch from Gackle on the ground, left side. That's fielded by Kojal. He'll throw across in time. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Did it take him long enough to say out?
That's exactly what we're looking for. Pitching with a purpose. You know that these lineups are going to be action early, and a far cry.
Dubs, we appreciate you, brother. That's what we're striving for, man.
Florida came into that series really struggling offensively themselves, but it was the command that eluded Gackle. He didn't last long in that outing. An inning and a third.
Hey, Chairman.
Hey,
there's Mr. Sarge.
Balls and strikes. Hey, we don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand. It's going to put you behind the 8 ball. He's got to get much better first time through the order tonight.
Misses low here for ball 1 to Chase Freilich, the outstanding catcher and hitter for the Auburn Tigers. A .352 average on the season. He's from Peachtree City, Georgia. We got 2 guys catching tonight that are destined to
pretty good
to make good money as they continue to play this this game that we all love so much for a long time. That strike nips the corner, and it goes to 2-1 now to Freilich. There's an interesting dynamic in this game with the catchers also, and that's a lot of trust that comes from the coaching staffs to those guys. You don't see this a ton in college baseball, but both of these catchers call their own games.
Good pitch.
Gackle drops in a breaking ball for strike 2, and the count evens at 2-2.
Obviously a lot of advanced work going in, and for catching, if you watch it at the big league level, it's not only handling personality, it's handling the different dynamic arsenals of starters and relievers, being able to know how to call a game.
On the ground up the middle, Kojal again moving toward the bag, an easy throw across, and there are 2 ground outs here in the bottom of the first. And we're talking with Dave Van Horn about the last outing for Gabe Gackle, and I said to him, you were pretty candid in your remarks. He said, I'm always candid. Yeah. He goes, hey, we've been lying to the kids. He said he didn't pitch very well. He knew he didn't pitch very well. Went on to say, and this was in the immediate aftermath, it was one of the worst pitch games we've pitched here in a long time. A lot of the time we were up in the count. But then we started nibbling. Pitch counts got up. You had the walks in that ball game, and Dave Van Horn, nothing if not honest with his players. And he said that's part of what they've built at Arkansas, an honest relationship with players. If you're not doing well, we're going to tell you because we want to make you better.
If you've never had a conversation with DVH, it's a life experience and one where you're going to know where you stand after it. But I think when you're hardest on the ones you love the most, and a lot of expectation for Gabe Gackle to be a leader, not only of this pitching staff, but to be a guy to lean on, especially in starts like tonight.
Dave Van Horn in his 38th year as a head coach in college baseball, 24th season with the Razorbacks. That one misses just outside to Chris Rembert. He's ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. And Arkansas would like to have a clean bottom of the first. Rembert hits it hard past the third baseman Pompey out into left field, and that's the first hit of the game.
Take a look at where this pitch location was.
Felt predictable fastball, right?
Right. And again, this is what we said at the top. You're going to see both offenses, fastball, center cut.
Right down the middle.
So both offenses going to try and get and land that early punch. They know they're kids. They understand what just happened a week ago. Both offenses want to show that they're okay. So you see a lot of hyper-aggression from both sides early on.
One of the things that Butch Thompson has talked about with this team is that they have not been a very good fastball hitting team. As Bub Terrell steps in and takes strike one, a breaking ball there. Probably a good
his
sign.
Name
knowing you're in
definitely
a
fits his
count,
body. I ain't gonna lie to you, Sarge. He looks like a bub.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the mistake, but also
That's a
recognizing
big boy.
the ability to say, okay, I'm going to make a simple swing. Didn't see too much there from Rembert. Recognized it. Great execution for a little 2-out knock.
Rembert at first, Bub Terrell behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Got him.
3/4 swing on a ball that's down, ends up in the dirt. Throw to first in time to end the inning.
It was pretty good.
And the Auburn Tigers
That's pretty
strand
damn
one
good.
in the bottom of the 4th.
That's what we're looking for. Nice clean inning, more or less. Just don't let the single get to you, and let's roll. All right, since they are, let's give them some. Give them a little bit of Major Razor since we're coming up to bat now. Welcome everybody into the show as always. We're almost up to 600 already in the first inning. Hope everybody had a great day. If you're just getting off work, relax and enjoy the game.
Connor Diamond has arrived.
Going to be a long ball. Adrian Ruiz making a run at it, one that he couldn't get to. Bumped into the wall, looked innocent enough, turned out to be a knee injury, and he's going to be out for a little while for the Razorbacks.
Not only that, but you just think of the experience.
Mr.
As a redshirt
Yes, we
junior,
do. We do
330
football,
batting
basketball,
average, team
baseball,
leader in stolen
and even some
bases, but a
softball.
guy that patrols the outfield the way that he does, massive loss for the Hogs here for substantial time.
Second leading hitter on the Razorbacks team with that 330 average. And going to be kind of a wait and see. They expect to get Ruiz back this season, just not sure exactly when that is going to be. First look at the plate at Ryder Helfrich, and this one off the glove of Freilich to the backstop. Count goes to 2-0 on the Razorbacks catcher. 9 home runs, 26 driven in on the season. The junior from Discovery Bay, California. He is high on the watch list for a bunch of scouts that are here at the ballpark tonight.
You think about teams that go to Omaha every year. Big cornerstone. You got a guy behind the dish who knows what he's doing. He can hit. And is always given that kind of leadership mentality. Even better with both these guys. And you said it, they're going to be outstanding contributors when they become professionals, whether that's next year or beyond. But guys that you rally around, when you need a big moment, they're up for it.
3-1 pitch. This one rifled foul down the right field line, but wide of the bag at first. Dave Van Horn, how about that? 8 straight years with 40 or more wins.
Book it. And they'll do it again this year. As much as there's been a little bit of a roller coaster the last couple of weeks, that's the one thing he mentioned. He goes, I love these guys. I'm glad that we're kind of on the road and we get a chance to band together after a tough series.
Said that a couple of times. He was glad that after last weekend's home sweep to Florida, game that was frustrating for Razorback fans, they had the game on the road against Missouri State on Tuesday night in what was a pretty charged and electric environment, and now on the road this weekend. 18 or more wins in 8 straight seasons in SEC play as well. In fact, the last time that Arkansas started 4-5 in conference play, that was back in 2016. This pitch gets the corner for strike 1 to Zach Stewart. Stewart, the right fielder, hitting .276. He has 49 career home runs. 5 of them have come this year for the Razorbacks. And he takes strike 2.
Kind of like where Alvarez is at the moment. It is a little feeling out period here, but making the hitter make the decision. It's a really good
the way that catcher catches that ball.
Loving the command
hurts my hand.
now from the young right-hander.
Zach Stewart, the transfer from Missouri State, a great career there. He takes low for ball 1. Arkansas not a team that runs a ton. They've been fairly successful on the base paths, 40 of 47. Ryder Helfrich, not just sneaky athletic, very athletic. And he can steal a base. Starts to go and stops. This one fouled off. And Freilich, boy, he took a shot there.
I thought you had the hog signs there for a moment. Helfrich get his start and stop there. But I tell you, you think about that guy right there, Chase Freilich, and of course, Ryder Helfrich down there on the base paths. Just put a bow on that catching thought. You look for continuity in great contending programs, and that seems to be that common denominator. Guys that not only do it well offensively, but calling your own game. I'm not sure people realize that this still young of an age. You have all the data you want, you have all the analytics, but trusting your guy, infusing confidence in your staff, it's a huge difference maker.
1-2 from Alvarez, fouled straight back. Stewart stays alive at the plate. Yeah, you said a second ago, you want a catcher who can do all the things behind the plate, and there are a lot of coaches that will sacrifice offense for a guy that is elite defensively. Neither of these coaches are having to make that decision.
Not at all.
Helfrich drew the walk to start the inning. He stands at first base. And that's a swing and a miss for Stewart. Second strikeout of the night.
Not a good one to swing at there, Big Stu.
Good pitch, though.
This is just par for the course. 37% of Andreas Alvarez's outs this year via the punch out. That's just a nice overhand breaking ball right there. Disappearing, and
that was definitely a good pitch.
Could be one of those
and
nights.
Lomax, appreciate you becoming a member of the Sarge squad.
Auburn has won
Welcome
5
aboard.
of the 6 games that Alvarez has started this year. Again, all of them in the midweek. They lost 8-0 to Cincinnati back on February 17th, but since then, wins over West Georgia, Samford, UAB, Georgia Tech, put a star by that one. And then in his most recent start on March 24th against South Alabama, that was a 10-0 win.
one other part of that, too, because if you do the math, that's 9 days ago. Okay, and for people
that was
that
a hell of
watch
an
Big League
off-speed
Baseball,
pitch.
all right, your
he's got a good
starters every
curveball.
5th day. College, you have your Friday night guys going to go on Friday night. To think about the time off, that can upset a little tempo. Yeah, far from it right now. Alvarez looks very in command.
Probably one of my favorite baseball movies, Trouble with the Curve.
Game 1 starter for Auburn is Jake Marciano. We'll see Marciano
You ever seen it,
night,
Sarge?
which Thompson said he wanted to make sure that he stayed on his normal rest pattern, and so they moved Alvarez up, did not start him in the midweek game. Had kind of a bullpen game against Georgia Tech earlier this week. Game that they lost in 8 innings, 13-3.
I like how we're having longer at bats already.
Alvarez now trying to change a little bit of eye level, potentially
Slowing
set
down
up
the pitcher a little
speed,
bit.
still ahead in the count.
Well, you're getting the pitch count up, and it shows that we're seeing the ball a little better.
This one gets away at first base. Springman's going to have to run it down, and will do so down by the tarp. That's going to get Helfrich into scoring position out at second base with 1 out in the inning.
Got to keep that in front of you. That's a little bit of a mental error compiled with a physical error. Gosh, just a little lackadaisical right there, and now an extra 90 feet. Take another look at it. Oof. Only 9 times out of 10 you make that catch. Got to keep it in front of you.
Well, if you're scoring there, you probably charge that error to the first baseman, Bingham, and not to Alvarez on the throw. So E3 officially allows Helfrich to get into scoring position out at second base. Reese Robinette now with an RBI opportunity here in the top of the 2nd inning. No score between Arkansas and Auburn. Robinette fouls it off, and the count stays at 2-2.
The speed up slow down so far between fastball and changeup has been really solid to the left-handed batters from Alvarez. Interested to see if the Razorbacks adjust with runners in scoring position here, trying to use the whole field. You can see the shift to the right, trying to goad him into getting it on the ground.
Two. There you go. Good eye, Reese.
Goes full now to Reese Robinette.
And this is the other part about Chase Freilich. He's the one giving the signals here. He's the one calling the game.
2 more inches to the left, and that'd have popped him in the leg.
Zone full count.
Robinette gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, off-speed pitch. I guess changeup that time.
I'll tell you, the real depth to the breaking ball here. That was real good top to bottom on the curve. Gutsy call, too, on a full count. Know you had a base open, but traditionally, as you see the usage here from
I hope this
Andreas
question
Alvarez,
doesn't sound dumb, Sarge, but is there a big difference between a sinker and a changeup?
So a little something,
Yes.
a little nugget
Speed.
to put in the back of the mind of the Hogs hitters going back to the dugout.
19 pitches so far in the inning
and a
after an
break.
11-pitch first for Andreas Alvarez.
Changeup tends to break more down, and the sinker tends to break either one way or the other, right or left.
Guy that pitches with some emotion on the mound. Christian Turner, the freshman, one of a couple of freshmen in the lineup tonight for the Razorbacks. On the ground to the right side, fielded by Rembert. Covering it first is Alvarez, and Arkansas strands a runner here in the top of the 2nd.
Well, pitchers, what do you got to do on a ball to the right side? Scamper over. Make sure you break the feet down. Nice little feed here. And again, another quality inning. We're scoreless.
I don't mind that, though. I mean, of course, I'd like to get the runners in, but the longer at bats, the better swings. I think the guys are looking better at the plate, so that's a good sign.
Absolutely.
And his pitch count is getting up. I mean, he's at 35 plus pitches in 2 innings. So we'll take it.
Just some good defense versus some good defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a pitcher's match, and I if that's the case, then after what we've been seeing with our pitching, to come out and this is only the second inning by all accounts, but Gabe looked a lot better. The thing with Gabe is you just got to watch him after the third inning. That's when he starts to tend to get into trouble leaving balls in the middle of the plate or up in the zone. But I do agree, Sean, it does look like they have a better approach at the plate tonight than they have in several games. In the last 5 games, I would say.
We'll have it for you on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern. Also available on the app. Good to see all those guys well hydrated up on top of the wall beyond left field.
Very important on a humid night here in early April.
Eric Guevara leading things off in the 5-hole, the third baseman for Auburn from Panama City, Panama. He takes a breaking ball for strike one. Count goes to 1-1 on Guevara. Hitting .309 on the year. One of the older guys on this team, a junior in the lineup. It's been one of the themes that we've seen from Butch Thompson talking about the youth. He's got a true freshman starting in right field, a redshirt freshman starting at shortstop. They happen to be brothers. A lot of young pieces on the field. All of his, it really is 4 starting pitchers are all sophomores. Guevara up the middle, that's a base hit. Leadoff man on base for Auburn here in the bottom of the second.
They show it again.
Some of the other things that you've got on television this weekend, ESPN2 on Saturday night, it's LSU and Tennessee, game 2 of that series. Also that's actually game 2 in Knoxville, game 3 in Gainesville between Ole Miss and Florida. Rebels swept at home last weekend by Mississippi State. Head out west for Arizona State, Arizona. Out in front of this one, big swing there by Eddie Madrigal. Nursing an injury, they're glad to have him back in the lineup. Madrigal hitting .235 on the year, the junior from Elk Grove, California.
One-way swing right there. He was hunting it all the way, trying to get a little extra base knock.
Madrigal goes after the next pitch, and he grounds this one foul up the first baseline, fielded there by Robinette.
I love that right there. Okay, as a pitcher, all right, you see the big hack. You're like, oh, okay. Here, let me prove it to me. You can do it again. I like coming back with the heater, feeling that the conviction already. I know we're just through an inning plus here, but this looks like the old Gabe Gackle, at least from that attack mentality, much more efficient so far in the zone.
Right-hander Gabe Gackle. This is there for ball 1. Looking for a swing and a miss with the breaking ball in the dirt.
No, David, it's not a set for unless they're injured or something. But
selected in the 20th round by the Cincinnati Reds. He's number 5.
Basically, you're just looking to get his arm tired.
Decided to come to Arkansas. And he made 19 appearances a year ago with 9 starts as a sophomore. 92 strikeouts and 71 1/3.
He'd love a swing and miss here, but you could be a bit efficient. You want to elevate, or you can still throw it off speed.
Just misses there. The count goes full now, 3-2.
That one looked,
sensational eye here from Madrigal.
Like
the last 2
strike,
fastballs have actually been a pretty choice. Could have gone either way. Does Gackle come back in?
Yeah, wish they could get a better one.
Madrigal kind of looking outside a little bit. You could expand the zone and come in, but with 3-2, could the runner be moving as well?
At least keeping Guevara honest over at first base after the single to start the inning. Full count pitch coming to Madrigal. There goes the runner. Ball lifted into the air, shallow center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit, and Auburn's got something going here in the bottom of the second. Back-to-back singles to start the inning.
There again, you kind of look at where pitch selection, You're going away.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Eagles' eyes are under the outer third.
Hey,
We're
Roy.
going to go for a third time. Same pitch, same location. Was timed up. Didn't get the best piece of it, but enough. And great base running by Guevara, too. Got about 3/4 of the way there. Made sure he saw it down. Auburn now in business, first and second, nobody out.
A whole lot easier when that's happening in front of you out in left field as opposed to kind of over your shoulder and right. Ethan Bingaman squares to bunt. He pops it up, and it's foul.
Hey, so now as a pitcher, Gackel, hey, I made a good pitch, made a pitcher's pitch. Tip your cap. Sometimes the hitter gets the better of you. Now if Bingaman is going to give you a free out, must be in the zone. If you're going to throw some off speed, make sure it's a little front door action and make Bingaman be athletic to try and get it down.
Given the offensive struggles that Auburn has had as of late, you like the idea of bunting here in the second. Take the bunt off, and he takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
Okay, so now two sides of it. Way ahead here if you're Arkansas. You got all the weapons to play with. Bingaman's going to try and protect. You've got to put a ball in play to try and advance the runners here.
The 0-2. Gackel misses with the breaking ball, 1-2.
So if I'm thinking along with Helfrich here, two options. You could go back to the breaking ball, or you could kind of tilt the hitter and come up and in if you wanted with the high hard stuff.
Close fastball, missed away, and the count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ethan Bingaman's got 3 home runs in the year. One of those has come in conference play. 2-2 with a pair of runners on base, and it's now full.
A little bit of an overthrow, trying to do a little too much. That second inning of Gabe Gackel's last start was the undoing for him there. Got to try and keep the emotions in check. 1 pitch away from collecting a double play.
Gackel has had the career progression. Outstanding as a freshman out of the bullpen. Strike 3 call. Paints on the inside corner with a 94 mile an hour fastball for the first out of the inning.
Wow.
Good pitch, Gabe.
Gutsy call, too. Thinking about how that at-bat transpired and to have the confidence. That ball kind of tails back. You could see it was a bit of a mislocation, but boy, does Gabe Gackel get a massive punch out in that spot.
Really subtle frame there by Helfrich at the end to possibly steal a strike. And a violation on the hitter there, I believe. Mason McCrane was not in the batter's box in time, and so it's the warning, and that is a first pitch strike. Beg your pardon. It was called a strike because he was not in the box in time, and so he is behind in the count 0-2 after just 1 pitch in the at-bat. "30 seconds in between hitters on the pitch clock. Hitter has to be in the box, alert and ready with 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Otherwise, it's a violation on the hitter.
See, that's a massive shift in the at-bat, just from a mentality standpoint. Gackel gets the big punch out, already a lot of confidence after that. Then you get a free strike. Now you're 1 pitch away from escaping any damage.
2-2. Breaking ball up and away, and that's 2 in a row where Gackel has been 0-2, and then the count has gone full.
And if I'm McCrane, I'm sitting 1 pitch right here. All the pressure back on Gackel to try and throw me something or try and make a pitcher's pitch.
McCrane hits this one, chance for 2. Kojal steps on the bag, goes to first for the inning-ending double play.
I don't know what that batter was doing with his tongue.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, it's easy, right? You just make your spots, you fill it up, and you do what you have to do. That's a big escape right there. That's an All-American, and that's a tailor-made double play to break. Scoreless, headed to the top of the...
Good job, Gabe. That's what we like to see.
The Gaculator.
GM, yeah, I blame that on the camera angle. because the camera angle that they are showing the game from does make it look like they're hitting the corner of the plates a lot more than if we were to see the actual right behind the pitcher's view, like they do in the major leagues. If you watch a major league game, they got several different views, but one of the pitcher's views is they show you right down from behind the pitcher. So it does make some of these look like they're strikes. I agree. Jim says long tongue Ranger. He was trying to do his best Michael Jordan impersonation, wasn't he?
Kind of one of those if you build it they will come stories, and the improvements that have been made here at Plainsman Park in conjunction with the product on the field has led to a massive attendance growth. Biggest season total crowd ever a year ago by 70,000.
Got news for you. It's only going up. This is a gorgeous venue. If you've not made your way to the Plains to take in wherever your seat may be here, it is a sight to see.
On the ground, and that is off the glove of Pompey at third base. Tried to go backhand going toward the bag, and looked like it hit off the heel of the glove.
Yeah, that's an in-between. That's a tough play for any third baseman, so you have to make that decision immediately. Are you charging right away on contact, or are you waiting back in between? Tough little short hop there, and a break there for the Razorbacks. Take one more look at it. Yep, right off the heel. So bottom of the order, a chance to get some runners in scoring position and turn it back over to the top.
I beg your pardon, I said Pompey. I had not flipped my scorecard. Pompey's the third baseman for Auburn. That's Guevara over at third base. They actually gave that an infield single.
Wow.
Oh, okay. And this is bunted, and it's foul. Ball was hit sharply down the line, and tough play for Guevara, trying to backhand it, come up and make the throw across. You're assuming that all of that is going to happen, but kind of expected to see E5 there.
Yep.
Get a single instead. And I know Mike Anu's okay with that.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Here is TJ Pompey trying to get that bunt down and pulls back and takes ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pompey. Batting in the 9-hole. A little bit of pop in that 9-hole. He's got 6 home runs on the year, including a walk-off home run against Mississippi State in Game 1 of the conference opener.
I feel for Arkansas, just again, looking at what's transpired for them. Yes, you score a boatload of runs in the midweek, but you lose to Missouri State. Back over the weekend.
This ball hit way up in the air down the right field line. McCrane with a long run, and you run out of foul territory in a hurry the deeper you get down that right field line.
Yeah, good effort down there. And as I was saying, with where Arkansas's offense came out of that series sweep at the hands of Florida, there is that tendency like, all right, we got to find it. We got to just get one across and things will start to go. So I think that's the unique part about this first time through the order. And then when we see the second time through, will these offenses try to go hyper-aggressive early? Do they stay a little bit more patient second time through?
1-2 pitch, runs inside. The count goes to 2-2. Talked about the crowds growing, and Arkansas.
Good eye, Pumpy.
Obviously at Baum-Walker Stadium has been one of the standard bearers for what it's supposed to feel like, or what it can feel like at the ballpark. Pompey goes down. Auburn is in that growth phase, and you can kind of look at some of the teams that used to be in the SEC
at a fastball,
West
got a
before we went to
curveball.
one big team, and you think about LSU and what they've been. You think about Mississippi State and what they've been, what Ole Miss has become in terms of attendance. Texas A&M coming into the league, and it's a big deal there. It's like Auburn has looked at this and said, hey, we can be competitive in this environment as well.
Yeah. Well, and then also the facilities. Again, in our age of NIL, you know, there is an element of that as far as recruiting, but still, when you're top-notch at not only your pitching lab, but your cages, your weight room, your rehab, you've got everything you need under one roof at both these programs, and they do it with their own flair, their own personality, and that's the great part. When you go to these different stops, everyone knows they have the same goal. Everyone works with similar data.
This ball grounded foul just wide of the bag at third is at the top of the lineup. Rutenbar trying to kind of slap one the opposite way there. It doesn't hurt that the athletics director is a baseball guy to score. John Cohen, longtime coach in the SEC at Kentucky and Mississippi State, moves into that administration role at Mississippi State, where he is the athletics director and now the AD here at Auburn. Commitment in terms of resources to the facilities and all of the extra things that you were talking about.
And then it's the development, right? Player development. You hear that tagline through a lot of programs, but you're looking at an Auburn team. We'll take Alvarez as a perfect example. Young kid getting the opportunities, and it's by design because that's how you got to try and win.
This one fouled up the first baseline. Butch Thompson told us that he has had to evolve a bit in the way he approaches the game. He's pretty buttoned up. If you've been around Butch a long time pitching coach, gets this opportunity to be the head coach at Auburn, and he is a baseball guy. But he says, I've had to loosen up a little bit. They had the opportunity to bring in the Savannah Bananas this past fall. He said, I had to think about that for a few weeks. Strike three called. Alvarez with his 5th punch out of the game.
I'll tell you what, 5th strikeout tonight, and another great example of painting the corner. Look at the great arm speed. Might have been a little bit elevated, but again, when you maintain that arm speed on your off speed, you're going to upset the hitter's time. You're going to confuse him. Well done. 5th punch out of the night.
6 of 7 hitters that he's gotten to 2 strikes. They've gotten an out. This ball lifted out into that deep gap in left field. Up Terrell hauls it in and then sends a souvenir up top. Arkansas strands a runner as we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Tax Act.
It's going to be a defensive game.
Yep. We come from a game where we knocked the cover off the ball to a game where it's a pitcher's duel. Shows you how quick baseball can change. I like these games.
I'm hoping not for another 4 hours.
I was going to say, I like these pitching games because it goes by quick. As long as we come out on top.
For 18 Auburn. This is week 4 of Southeastern Conference play. Butch Thompson is the head coach of the Auburn Tigers in his 11th year on the Plains. And Coach, before the break, we were talking about how much
Eagles,
things have
no,
changed.
he is
you
not.
Just look around the ballpark, the fan support, the commitment to baseball at Auburn.
They're making him sit down. They're making him think about his
Well, it does.
swinging.
You know, it takes a while to build this, but our administration's been great. Our fans have been great. And just playing in this league, all 16 schools are pretty committed to this sport. And it's been exciting to see over my 25 years in the league.
Coach Alvarez, what have you seen so far that you like from a guy making his first SEC start?
Well, I think he's competing great. You know, the leadoff man's got on both of the last innings there, and he's he's buckled down. He's thrown some fastballs early, but the slow breaking ball has really helped him with the leadoff men getting a strikeout or two there in both frames. And so it'll be a little cat and mouse. Let's see if they start ambushing us early and sitting on that breaking ball, and can we adjust and stay one step ahead.
He certainly has been good so far. Thanks so much for your time. Coach Thompson, head coach, as this ball hit out into right field, and it's New, the center fielder, who came a long way to catch that one.
Who knew it was going to be him? That's a little dangerous crossing paths to get our traffic signals right here. Well, that could have been the break that Auburn was looking for. You kind of see, were they talking? Looking at each other, you got it, I'll take it. All's well that ends well. That's an adventurous first out at the bottom of the third.
Maybe New just wanted to show off his range because he ran about the length of a football field to get there to catch what was a pop fly right toward Stewart. They say center fielder, go get it.
It's your ball until you get called off. No, center fielder, you call everybody off.
Back to the top of the order in Bristol Carter, who grounded to shortstop on the first pitch of the game that he saw. Gabe Gackel. Given up 3 hits, but is not allowed a run working here at the bottom of the third inning. This one hits sharply past the third baseman, Pompey, down into the corner, and that's extra bases for Bristol Carter. He plays the game with a flare, fired up, standing out at second base.
Now, our featured hitter at the top of the broadcast tonight, just again, another great job taking advantage of a pitch out over the big part of the plate, dropped the hands, hit it hard, and off to the race again. Gackel got to have that ball a little bit farther down. So elevated breaking ball to the advantage, and Carter a leadoff double to get the bottom of the third going for the
I wouldn't call it an elevated breaking ball. It was just a good piece of hitting.
Carter at second as Chase Fralick comes to the plate with 1 down in the inning. Fralick takes ball 1 in the dirt. That was the 4th double of the year for Bristol Carter.
Got a sneaking suspicion. You've been looking at how much Auburn's offense has struggled with the base open. There's not going to be a lot, at least for me. You got Ryder Helfrich calling the shots behind the plate. I would not give Chase Fralick anything to hit here.
Fralick takes a strike on the outside corner there. He has reached safely in 9 straight games for Auburn. Much better so far tonight than he was against Florida a week ago. Now ball to the right side. That's fielded by Sousa. That'll move the runner over, and they're 2 down in the inning. So now Auburn in a spot where they are looking for a 2-out base hit to try and break this scoreless tie.
Already much better than just a week ago when it was the 4 walks that ultimately did him into the second inning. Did not survive it against the Gators. Tonight into the third, much more efficient, no free passes thus far.
Rembert goes after the first pitch. It's a fly ball out to right field. Stewart moving over toward the line. He'll make the catch, and once again, Auburn strands at a runner. They've done that 3 innings in a row. Scoreless through 3 on the Plains.
We look like a somewhat competent baseball team tonight. I'd like to see that.
Absolutely.
Deja, actually, technically the center fielder's the traffic control out there in the outfield. I played center for many years, and it's always told my left and right fielder, I'll take everything I can get to, and then if I can, I'll tell you. I used to always holler at them, yours, or mine. Up, back. You know, help them out as much as you can, because you're seeing it from, especially on line drives, because you're seeing it from a different angle than they are, so you can kind of help them. Still waiting, Maranatha. Still waiting. Hopefully any day now. I mean, literally any day.
It has been a showcase of off-speed. Beautiful breaking balls from Andreas Alvarez to the tune of 5 strikeouts.
I don't think our baseball team's never going to have heart.
Kid that really has elevated his game. Strike thrower number 1, but not trying to do too much. He has been very impressive tonight.
Thanks for becoming a member of the Sarge squad, Jerry. Chandler, welcome aboard.
Curveballs. Starts with
Zach, how you doing over on Twitch?
That the slider. So throwing that 12-6 curveball, for a lot of guys, it's kind of a lost art. You don't see it nearly as much. Everybody throws the hard slider. Why is that? This ball out into right field.
Good Lord, that was loud.
Black Mingo, absolutely not, sir. I tried it playing softball and it was like no thanks.
Tomorrow night, South Carolina squaring off against UConn at 7 Eastern.
I would need an air
Then it's Texas
flight
and UCLA.
helicopter to land in
Our
center
Final
field to
Four
pick me
pregame
up.
Special from Phoenix begins at 6. We'll also have a special courtside presentation.
Nevada, what's
Both
good,
games
brother?
On ESPN.
That's all that counts, man.
and
You're
the
here.
ESPN app. Chalky in the women's Final Four. 4 elite #1 seeds.
UConn going for the undefeated campaign. I tell you, UCLA's look great. Texas, my goodness, great. All 1 seeds winning by double digits, and not even close in their march to the desert.
Helfrich pops this one foul behind home plate, and Freilich's going to run out of room. So back to the curveball versus slider question.
Sometimes it really depends on, okay, the arm angle. You watch Andreas Alvarez, release point, where is the ball coming out? All right, does it make more sense to have the overhand curveball? Should it be more slurvy? If you've got a slider already, sometimes it's just a little bit different wrinkle. Maybe it's not an out pitch. Well, he has really been able to get on top a lot of great downward angle, and he's maintained the arm speed too.
This ball lifted out to right field.
There you go, Ryder.
On the
There you
run.
go, Ryder.
Hold it. Arkansas on the board as the Razorbacks get a home run and take a 1-0 lead. Ryder Helfrich with his 10th long ball of the season.
Well, not a surprise. The man that they lean on in the middle of this lineup destroys that pitch to the opposite field. My goodness, that's fastball middle and elevated.
That's what
and
you're
no
supposed to
ballpark.
do with
He's
that
holding
pitch.
That one
right there.
That All-American. Wow.
We've been missing that a lot here lately.
As Arkansas draws first play.
Good job.
Guy cover his head out there beyond the wall.
Oh, now Big Stu wants to
comes to the plate. Arkansas strikes first in this one with the home run from Ryder Helfrich, now in double digits. Stewart struck out swinging his first time up.
You look at the swing one more time, look at the foot get down, and then, oh, man, just the rotation, lower half acceleration. He knew it. Big run. Sometimes that gets you to kind of exhale a little bit. We'll see if the Hogs can take advantage.
This ball hit hard out of right center field. A base hit for Zach Stewart. So the home run and then a wild single for Stewart. And maybe we get to the middle of the order this second time through. Hogs starting to see Alvarez a little better.
$2 super chat from Kurt Lampkin said, I called that dot. Woo pig.
All right, so a little exit velo
he did
for
say
you.
it.
108 on the homer.
Appreciate you much, Kurt.
Helfrich.
Thank you, brother.
And then Stewart one-ups him with a
good call,
109 mile an hour exit velo. The homer snapping a streak of 27 2/3 scoreless for Andreas Alvarez.
Oh.
And now he hits Reese Robinette in the foot.
There we go. We got the little pitcher shaking up now.
Out in the inning, but a couple of base runners for Arkansas. You had the fly out from Koziel, then the solo home run from Helfrich. Single from Stewart, and Robinette hit by the pitch.
Good visit here from Freilich. As you take a look there at Butch Thompson in the Auburn dugout. So now you have a kid who has been flat
a little mound meat
for
a little mound meat.
The better part of a month. We'll get a visit to the mound here to talk a little bit about it. But again, now dealing with adversity for the first time in what feels like 3 to 4 weeks.
He went out there and said,
bruh.
Pitching coach Everett Tiefert
get it together.
Right.
Have a conversation with Alvarez.
They're looking at me like, what are you doing?
We have our answer about if the Hogs were going to be patient second time around. It's actually been mislocation. And so what's unique is that you have a pitcher who's been utterly dominant first time through, and then all of a sudden it can just leave you. Or you look at, all right, did I try and execute a pitch where I miss a location? That certainly was the case to Helfrich. Now you got to dig deep a little bit, one pitch at a time. And if you're the Hogs, do not allow him to wriggle off the hook here. You've got to make this a crooked number inning.
Does the pitcher remind you of kind of
just a note there on
Bumper on Perfect Pitch?
It's the first earned run in 27 2/3.
That's still crazy.
He has not allowed many runs, period, all season long.
Don't worry, Bumper's here.
Andreas Alvarez, we told you at the top of the show, an 0.85 ERA.
I had to watch that with my daughter, so that's how I know that.
8 runs allowed and only 4 earned in 34 innings. Swing and a miss there from Christian Turner.
Come on, Christian.
Good visit.
We need you here, buddy.
Nice job. Way to slow this inning down a little bit. Veteran catcher. Got to get his young right-hander, try and get him back into the strike zone. So now advantage count. And if you're Christian Turner, you're a young pup too. Hey, opportunity knocks.
Christian Turner takes a strike there. Bottom of the zone. The count goes to 1-2.
Miss Terry got it.
Come on, Turner.
I don't see a lot of changeups to the lefties from Andreas Alvarez. It's usually been that fastball and that curveball. So a nice little way to pitch backwards here. Let's see if he's sped up enough.
Turner getting the start in left field tonight, and he rifles this one into the net above the
Auburn
dugout. Foul, though. Had 3 hits against Missouri State on Tuesday night, and Dave Van Horn said, hey, we got production. Let's keep him in the lineup. Turner, the 6-foot, 180-pounder out of Houghton, Louisiana. Just his 6th start of the season. This one coming in game 1.
Jason Wright, appreciate you coming to the Sarge squad.
Turner fights it off.
Welcome,
to stay
sir.
alive at the plate.
I really like the sequencing right now. This is the mark of how you let your players develop. Chase Fralick identifying that guys are kind of action early on the heater. Okay, let's try and pitch backwards a little bit. Let's try and upset some tempo. Really well executed thus far.
Arkansas has taken a 1-0 lead thanks to a solo home run from Ryder Helfrich.
Good eye.
Which misses away, and the count goes to 2-2 on Turner. Good at bat here for the freshman.
Yep, and the one thing you can't do if you're Alvarez, don't get away too much from your heater. It's what brought you here. Little movement count. Got it out at any base.
One of the things that Alvarez has done as the season has gone along is been a little more economical with his pitches. It's allowed him to get a little deeper in games. That was pitch number 61 here in the 4th inning. Full count now to Christian Turner. And he gets a swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout, out number 2 in the inning.
Swung a ball four there.
This is the uniqueness of having a catcher who is calling the game, who has done the advance work. Let's just keep going soft. Hey, if he can't hit it, we're not changing. We're not giving you a freebie on the heater. Another big curveball that gets a big-time strikeout.
Now Micah New at the plate for Arkansas. Got the first hit of the game for the Razorbacks to lead off the 3rd inning. He's batting here with runners at 1st and 2nd and 2 down. Keeping an eye on Stewart out at 2nd base.
If you're Micah New, you want so badly just to get this thing in play, shoot it to a gap. You get the one across, get that sigh of relief in the dugout. You got to make it stick here if you're the Hawks.
Out away. Micah New.
Oh, Porter, did they finally decide to
center field.
go to the moon?
There. He's a senior transfer from Marshall. Before that at New Orleans.
Well, they said that they were going to go in orbit for 24 hours.
With the Dave Van Horn crew, 12th in the SEC with runners in scoring position.
And you don't think you would see that because if you watched Arkansas over, I don't know, the last 20 years, they just do all the little things well.
Right. And situational baseball at this point, especially where you are coming off of a series sweep, you start to kind of make things bigger instead of just keeping it simple and relying on the fundamentals.
There's a swing and a pitch in the dirt. It's scooped up by Freilich. He'll toss it down to first. And a big-time bounce back from Alvarez. But Arkansas on the board thanks to a rocket off the bat of Ryder Helfrich. His 10th home run of the season. Razorbacks in front, 1-0.
Well, we got to 1. Sure would have loved to see them keep that going a little bit, but we let the youngster get to us. He's got a nasty curveball. I'll give him that. For a young kid already. He keeps working on that one. He's going to be pretty good with it.
By Dave Van Horn, the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. And, Coach, there are a couple hundred coaches out there that would love to have Ryder Helfrich on their ball club.
Yeah, he's an amazing player, great leader, outstanding catcher, obviously. He's just a really good athlete, and he's got power at all fields.
No, he certainly does. Coach, Gabe Gackel, last week to this week, what have you liked most so far in the adjustments?
Well, this week he's not coming off of having strep throat. That's number one. He's got a lot more strength, and you know, for the most part, he's doing what he does. When runners are on base, he does a great job of pitching out of
Hey, Joe G, is the moon round or is it
time
flat?
catching up with you tonight.
Okay, thank you guys.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Horn. This ball hit high out to left field. Turner at the track, jumps up, and it's off of his glove. That's going to be a hit. A leadoff double for Bub Terrell. Second inning in a row that Auburn has had a double.
I definitely
Wow,
do.
so close. What an effort to come down, or at least attempt to come down. You could tell off the bat that Terrell got a pretty good chunk of it, but right up against the wall. Oh, man, right
Good
off
try,
the
Turner.
palm. Anywhere in the web, and
Yep,
that's
that's
a
an
web
out.
gem. Bub Terrell. Hey, Butch Thompson said just getting to scratch
Oh,
the
my
surface
God,
on this kid's
this guy.
potential, especially in the power department.
Ballparks, as you go around the country, all have their unique quirks. This certainly is one of the unique ones with the tall wall beyond left field. The freshman Turner played that as well as you can possibly play it, just didn't finish the catch.
Absolutely. He'd gone back on it. He could feel the wall, and a really outstanding effort just comes up a bit short.
Of all the additions at Plainsman Park, is that the coolest?
Probably.
The seats on top of the monster?
Yeah.
This one in the dirt.
So is he, and one more time for people that want to kind of see it slow down a little bit, he does everything fundamentally right.
Yeah,
There's
he
no
was there.
other step he could have taken.
He just hit the palm and bounced
I don't even
out.
think you could say he overran it whatsoever. He got there, gave it everything he had.
Good play, young man. Good try.
But the result still is Bub Terrell standing at second base with nobody out, and Eric Guevara at the plate. Guevara with a single in his first at bat. And now Eric Guevara ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. He's got some pop with 4 home runs on the year. Kind of a unique stance when you see him in the box wide open and then closes off as the pitch comes to the plate.
Yeah, a little Gino Suarez having a little bit open there. The hands are a bit low, though, compared to Eugenio.
So according to Joe G, the moon is round, but the earth is still flat.
Stop.
Make sure you're executing. Still a base open. Don't have to give in.
Guevara not able to hold up there. The appeal down to the first base umpire, Eddie Newsom, said he went around.
All right, so for those of you pitchers at home, you absolutely love it. For you hitters,
Borderline.
That could have went either way.
Very borderline.
I don't think
Your
he
pitcher,
went.
you don't
But
want to
I'll
give
take
in
it.
on
I
that.
said, I was honest.
Check swing again. This time, no appeal. Guevara able to hold up.
We're not
It's a
losing,
full
Dance King. We're
count
winning 1-0.
walk on the 50th pitch of the night for Gabe Gackle. Last week against Alabama in that rivalry series, only 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position. There have been some opportunities tonight. Coach Thompson thought coming into this season that the offense was going to be the best part of his ball club. He still thinks they can be good offensively, but they're also at the halfway point of the season.
Got to score more than 4 runs total.
Big swing and a miss there from Eddie Madrigal. He's gone after the first pitch twice now.
Auburn already 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They've had a couple of chances to get to Gackle, but he's just been the better man so far.
1-1 now to Madrigal, who missed some time, banged up. It's only the 7th game that he has played in this year. As you see, Bub Terrell out at second base with the leadoff double. Guevara at first after drawing the full count walk. Only the 5th start of the year for Eddie Madrigal. And he takes low for ball 2, ahead in the count.
If I'm Auburn right now, I'm letting Gackle beat himself. If you see a guy that's starting to struggle command-wise, you've got to let him kind of walk the plank a little bit. If you go and roll over a pitch, you're just doing him a favor.
Come on, Gackle.
That one low as well. 3 balls and a strike now to Eddie Madrigal.
Now, if I'm Gabe Gackle, I got to try and get some moxie here. I got to try and stand up a little bit.
Arkansas leading it 1-0. That fastball misses down and in, and the bases are loaded for Auburn with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th.
All right, so what did we see last weekend, right? It was the 2nd inning. It was the command in that Florida start that, really was the problem area. He couldn't even get out of it. Now Matt Hobbs going to go, and if I'm Matt Hobbs, all I'm telling him is this: hey, you've been really good. I'm taking all the negative, what I just saw, and I'm telling him, you have been great tonight. Deep breath, throw me strike 1 here. Let's get back into the zone, okay? Do not go out there and feel like you got a nibble. You have got to attack the zone right here.
Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach, out. Conversation over. Gabe Gackle has worked himself into a mess. Leadoff double and then back-to-back walks. The first 2 walks of the game by Gabe Gackle. He's got a couple of strikeouts tonight. Auburn now with Bub Terrell at third base. Guevara is at second, and Madrigal stands at first base with Ethan Bingaman at the plate. And the first baseman takes strike 1.
That's huge. Okay, so now you can go to work if you're Gackle. You got all parts of the plate to work with. And if you're Bingaman, 1 pitch, 1 spot still in your favor.
Fouls it off, and he's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Gackle has allowed 5 hits through 3+ innings. A couple of walks and a pair of strikeouts so far. 1-0, Arkansas in front. Auburn trying to answer the run that the Razorbacks scored in the top half of the inning. This ball lifted out to left field. Turner in that deep part of the gap. That's going to be deep enough to get Terrell home. Also for Guevara to go from second to third, and Auburn ties it up with a sacrifice fly.
Situational baseball right here. Again, down in the count, 0-2. And Bingaman does exactly what you have to do. This is one that I think Gackle would love to have back. If you want, I mean, that ball has to be in the dirt. If I'm an 0-2 breaking ball, I have got to make the hitter chase. Bingaman doesn't try and do too much. He's got a pretty good swing on it too. And we're all level back at 1.
And while that does not count as a hit with a runner in scoring position, it is a productive at bat. We've got a 1-1 ball game. And Mason McCrane, the right fielder, at the plate. 3/4 swing, waves at that one for strike 1. McCrane grounded into a double play his first time up.
Come on, kid.
Mason McCrane, the true freshman, starting out in right field. Lefty against the right-hander Gackel. That one just missed. Ronnie Teague, the home plate umpire. Eddie Newsom is at first base. David Susi at second, and Seth Buckminster is at third. Near capacity crowd tonight at Plainsman Park on an absolutely spectacular evening. There's a strike. Breaking ball got the corner. And Gackel again ahead of the hitter.
Breaking ball too high now.
Again, you're just trying to think along with Ryder Helfrich behind. Don't want to give in a pitch to hit, trying to get a rollover to end the inning.
Crane fouls it off to stay alive at the plate.
So a lot of the difference at the college level versus the big leagues. Of course, you can still see a lot of power fastballs at both sides. The difference here is when you can execute with your fastball and change eye level, it sets up your breaking ball so much better. It's the one thing Gackel hasn't done is elevate consistently to be able to get to the bottom of the zone.
No! Swing. No! Crane able to hold up. Mason McCrane, one of 7 underclassmen in the lineup for Butch Thompson tonight. That's freshman, redshirt freshman, and sophomore.
Got him.
Strike 3 called. Just laid the fastball in there for out number 2 in the inning. McCrane goes away looking.
Man, he's going to have a nightmare about that at bat because you've got to swing. You've got to at least attempt to put the ball in play. Paint from Gackel and a real great pitch presentation from Ryder Helfrich. Massive second out.
Yes,
in this
yes.
inning.
Don't shake your head no.
You'd love to hit the 3-run
Yes.
home run. You'd love to hit one in the gap, but if you got a pitch to handle, hit a fly ball and try and get that second run home.
Absolutely.
Now the 9-hole hitter, older brother Brandon McCrane at the plate. This a right-on-right matchup, and Brandon takes strike 1, hitting 9th in the order, playing shortstop. Which Thompson said kind of have forced him into that shortstop position, and he's played it well defensively. There's strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. And now Gabe Gackel trying to do his Houdini impression and get out of this with just 1 run allowed.
You can see the difference in body language, man. It is back there. He's starting to feel it a little
Looks like
bit.
he's locked in.
This one in the dirt. After the meeting on the mound, goes sac fly to give up a run to get the first out of the inning. Gets the punch out of Mason McCrane, and now a pitch away from getting out of the inning with just 1 run across after Auburn had bases loaded, nobody out.
It's a job well done. Matt Hobbs saw it all the way from the dugout, knew his righty needed just a moment, and he's reeled it back in.
The 1-2 to McCrane. Runner going. Fake throw to second. In fact, Auburn was trying to kind of bait that throw to second base to steal a run.
Now, that's the unique part about that play. You could, if you're Madrigal, you could have just hung out and forced the throw. Make them make the decision there. Again, we know how much they've struggled to score. You could have at least created some chaos there.
2 now in scoring position. And McCrane able to hold up on the swing, and the count goes full.
All right, base open, tie game, 2 out.
9-hole hitter.
You don't want to go back to the top of the bases loaded. So in theory, could go back to a breaking ball, but I want my best pitch on the corner right here.
We got Mason McCrane looking at a fastball. Here the full count. This one's fouled away.
That's a great piece of hitting. Great
Oh,
job.
Gackel closed it
Had
out.
some hair on that at 94. You tell Gackel feeling it, knows he needs a big punch out. And 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. This would be a backbreaker for the Razorbacks if McCrane can come through.
Meanwhile, Gackel trying to fight all the way back and give up just a run in the inning. He gets a ground ball left side, backhanded by Kojal. Long throw across in time to get McCrane and in the inning. Job well done by Gabe Gackel.
Yet again, this is what you asked for.
Let's go,
Opportunity
Gack.
to do it big. We're all nodded at 1.
Way to get yourself out of trouble, young man. Welcome in all 953 of you on YouTube, 5 over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the game.
I would not. That's just me, Mark.
Yeah, they're going to let him come out another inning. Most likely. I probably wouldn't go any more than that, but
Gabe Gackel may have gone from anxiety to joy getting out of that inning with just 1 run allowed. So now it is Andreas Alvarez's turn. Back out for the top of the 5th inning. He gave up a 1-out solo home run to Ryder Helfrich. His offense able to answer with a sacrifice fly for a run in the bottom of the 4th. That's where we stand, 1-1 on this Thursday night, leading into Easter weekend. 6 of the 8 series this weekend in the SEC are Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's a big reason why we're seeing this young Alvarez get the opportunity tonight. Butch Thompson wanted to leave their ace in Marciano tomorrow.
That is strikeout number 8 of the night for Andreas Alvarez. He's now 2 off his career high.
He has looked fantastic. When he
1,160.
the bell, he's
Arkansas
made the adjustments.
Razorback.
And this has been a masterclass behind the plate. Absolutely love how Chase Fralick has been able to speed up and slow down guys second time through, and the confidence and conviction of this young right-hander has been a treat to watch.
Second time that TJ Pompey has struck out tonight. This one hit on the ground through the 6 hole. Shortstop McCrane was pulled up the middle. And Carter Rutenberg just slapped it through that hole. Last weekend was a crazy weekend in the SEC.
Yes, it was.
How about the sweep? 7 of 8 series. Auburn got 3 from Alabama. Florida goes on the road to Arkansas. Georgia gets South Carolina. Mississippi State in a rivalry series takes 3 from Ole Miss in Oxford. Texas in Red River gets 3 from Oklahoma. That was a wild series. None wilder, though, than Vanderbilt and Tennessee, where the Commodores got all 3.
All 3 walk-off variety. And oh, by the way,
1 in 16 innings, right?
An exclamation point with a walk-off grand slam for your series sweep. Safe to say the Volunteer State has been all black and gold.
I feel like you perked up as you said that. Former Vanderbilt pitcher, Jensen Lewis. Early in the Tim Corbin era. There you go. Just in case you didn't know.
A young, spry man with a full head of hair back in the early 2000s.
Over to first.
It's been nuts. I mean, we talked to both coaches today, and they both made mention of it, just how crazy the past weekend was, period. Of course, both of them involved.
Whitmore does not have a stolen base this season. This pitch misses to Nolan Sousa. Sousa 0 for 2, ground out to fly out.
So 3rd time around the order now. If you're Arkansas, again, you've learned a lot. You know that the breaking ball has been a real weapon in many of these counts for Alvarez. Do you sit on it and try and take it the other way?
I had 2 balls and a strike now. Sousa from Hawaii. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. Throw to second is in time. What a seed from Freilich. My goodness.
Just another Thursday at Plainsman Park. Check out catch release, accuracy. Bang. What a play. That had a vapor trail behind it.
If you're a pitcher, you don't have to be reminded you need to get out of the way if a runner goes.
Yes, duck and cover.
That was right through where Alvarez had been standing, second out of the inning, and now a 2-2 pitch fouled away.
The fundamentals
this one's worth one more look.
Yeah, the fundamentals are key, right? The exchange, the accuracy, the arm strength, and the tag at the end. So well done.
There was a time where a coach would say, no, you can't make that throw if you've got a knee on the ground when you're receiving the pitch. But you see how Freilich's lined up there. He had that right knee on the ground, but was immediately able to come out of it.
Sure was. He has come up big in a lot of different ways. Very impressed with how he's helped Alvarez navigate second and now third time through, really being able to mix the various off speed to keep the Hogs off balance.
This ball hit out to second. The shift was on. That's actually McCrane, the shortstop, that grabs it. Halfway home on the Plains. 1-1 our score.
Bring me McDonald's for supper.
All right, we're still tied up, you know. Are you worried at all, Sarge?
No. I'm not worried. It's a baseball game. Ain't nobody shooting at me. I got no reason to be worried.
Right.
I don't like ships in any baseball, Eagles. To be honest with you, I think that is nonsense. But that's just me, and I'm old school.
In Fayetteville.
If you think about the program history under Dave Van Horn, when they've scored at least 12 or more runs, the only 2 losses the last 2 years to Missouri State. That's it.
How about that? Dave Van Horn said he thought it was a great environment and was a good game for his team to play in. Would have loved the result to have been different. Well, first pitch chin music to Carter after showing bunt and taking strike 1.
Yeah, if you like a little personality in your leadoff hitter and your center fielder, this kid would play with no uniform, at least with the top off. He thinks he's that good, he's that confident, he'll show you.
1-1 to Bristol Carter. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Gabe Gackel now working in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 hits, 1 run allowed, couple of walks, and 3 strikeouts. 2-1. Just missed. Fastball in.
Now the plate discipline now is going to be paramount, especially with both pitchers getting up in that pitch count, now trying to force both head coaches' hands on when they go to that bullpen too.
And that's ball 4, and leadoff man on base for the 4th inning in a row for Auburn. The UFL Week 2 schedule rolls on Saturday night at 8 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. It's the Storm taking on the Kings, who are looking for their first ever UFL win. Sunday on NFL Network, the Stallions square off against the Gamblers in Houston. That is at 6 Eastern. The Kings, Louisville's UFL team. Runner goes. It was a hit and run. It's fouled back. Pretty good bat at the plate to hit and run with in Chase Fralick.
So the other part to bring up about Tuesday, and then obviously with us starting this series on a Thursday, it drastically affected how Dave Van Horn used his bullpen resources. He basically said we had to kind of think about who we wanted to use. Did we want to try and go for it and then be a little bit short, at least for the opener here tonight? So it feels like we'll see some of the usual suspects should he need those reinforcements here in the next couple of innings.
Fakes as if he's going to go and then takes off. Now a throw to second and safe. Carter faked to go earlier, stopped, then saw the ball in the dirt and tried to take second.
This all predicated on the secondary, right? If you're Bristol Carter, you see it there, you get a little bit of movement and you got to go. That's got to be a split-second decision. He took a little bit longer, but again, Ryder Helfrich shaking his head knowing he's got to keep that in front of him. Critical 90 feet here for the Auburn Tigers.
Now 2-1 to Chase Fralick. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts tonight. Big swing there, a foul tip for strike 2. That was a pass ball that allowed Bristol Carter to get to second.
That breaking ball could have been deep into the late evening. Chase Fralick's eyes got.
He about spun that man around, didn't he?
Knew it was a mistake. Could not take advantage.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Carter in scoring position after the passed ball. This one in the dirt, and the count now full to Chase Fralick. 5 home runs on the year, 24 driven in.
So obviously the idea here with the righty on deck, you do not want Fralick to get that first hit with runners in scoring position. Auburn 0 for 6.
Fralick rips it out to right field. Stewart coming in, and he can't make the catch. Had the ball right there in his glove, couldn't hold it in. Carter going to try to score from second. The throw to the plate, not in time. And Auburn takes a 2-1 lead on an RBI double from Chase Fralick.
Just talked about it. You were living dangerously with a hanging breaking ball. He goes right back to it, and Fralick does not miss. Heck of an effort by Stewart, but that's a play that you probably have to decide, hey, we got to squeeze that one. And Bristol Carter did never break stride, coming all the way around. The go-ahead run crosses, and Auburn has the lead. Carter had to wait. When he saw the ball drop, all of a sudden he turned on the Jets. That's the 11th double of the year for Fralick. And it gave Auburn the lead as Chris Rimbert comes to the plate. Rimbert, the second baseman, 1 for 2 tonight. A single and a flyout. Auburn started SEC play on the road against Missouri. Got a sweep. 2-0, 4-3 in 10 innings, and 9-2. Then they hosted Texas in the most well-attended series in Auburn baseball history in this building. Got a big win, a walk-off win, 4-3 in Game 1. Lost 7-6 in Game 2, and then 5-0. And then last weekend, swept on the road against their in-state rival, Alabama. So 4 in a row to start conference play for Auburn. They've dropped 5 straight league games. All right, so here is the part of the base running that's great. Goes back to tag, and then when he realizes the ball's dropped, it is full go, pedal to the metal all the way around. Full send from Carl Unemaker there, third base coach for Auburn. really well executed and heads up base runner.
Full count now to Rembert, batting in the 3-hole. The runner on second, and still nobody down in the inning. Leadoff walk to Bristol Carter. Got to second on the pass ball. Scores on the RBI double from Freilich. And it's low, and that's the second walk of the inning. The fourth of the game, all of them in the last 2 frames.
Now, Cole Gibbler warming up in the Arkansas bullpen. It could be. It's going to end up being time. Gabe Gackel had the command issues. Last inning was able to kind of work out a little bit. It eludes him here, and that's going to end his night for the Hawks.
Auburn has taken a 2-1 lead. They've got first and second with nobody down. Dave Van Horn takes the baseball from Gabe Gackel, who tonight goes 4 innings plus.
I thought that was pretty good.
Hits, 1 earned
pretty good
run, 4
outing
walks
for Gabe. Good bounce back from the Florida series.
Yeah, it is, but you definitely. I mean, college is so much different in a way, but your starters have got to go 5 at least. And he just doesn't have the arm strength to go 5. The stamina. They need to really get him in there and stretch him out to where he can go 5.
I think the most we've seen him go is what, 6?
Yeah.
He definitely looks like he's got his confidence back, though.
And he did pitch a lot better than he did last week. So, I mean, I give that give him props on that. But
man, when he starts getting tired.
Yeah, he gets tired in a hurry. And you could tell. You could tell because if you watched the beginning of the game, everything was down and middle in and middle out. But now everything's middle, straight down the middle, and up. And that's when he starts getting hammered.
Yeah.
Lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gabe Gackel's night is done. 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 4 walks, and that happened in the last 2 innings, the 4th and the 5th. And they now turn it over to Cole Gibbler, the sophomore left-hander from Blue Springs, Missouri.
.75 ERA, a 156 average against. And if you like curveballs, guess what? You're going to get a lot of them. Primarily the curve, little four-seam fastball, and a changeup working here with runners at first and second.
Bob Terrell will be the first hitter that faces Gibbler out of the bullpen. 3 straight have reached safely to start the inning for Auburn. Terrell lines it up the middle, base hit. They'll slam on the brakes at third base with Freilich, and Auburn has the bases loaded, still with nobody down.
My goodness. A little return to sender and head on a swivel for Cole Gibbler. That was an absolute seed, and Cole Gibbler, I mean, right in your living room. Yikes. My goodness. I mean, if that's
11 miles an hour off the bat.
That's another 2 inches. That's in a real problem.
Wow. Knock Gibbler's hat off. Fortunately, that is all. We'll have to reset the pitching communication device and take a breath or two and maybe say a prayer of thanks.
Amen to that. And now, if you're Auburn, you must take advantage here. You got a little bit of a shaky situation. Gibbler going to have his wits about him and really reel in the emotion right here.
Eric Guevara at the plate. He's been on base twice, a single and a walk, and this pitch bounces out in front of home plate. Leadoff walk to Bristol Carter. He got to second on a pass ball. RBI double from Chase Freilich, then a walk to Rembert. And a single from Bub Terrell. It was hit so sharply, everybody able to advance just 90 feet. Chases one probably out of the zone there. The count evens at 1-1.
You get the sense that your moment of truth here for both sides. This could be, with how difficult run scoring has been, especially for Auburn, game in the balance right here.
2-1 now to Guevara. I told you earlier that Dave Van Horn described this series as an old-fashioned cage match.
They can do it in a cave too. It feels that way.
Two teams with a little bit of desperation.
I was muted the whole time. Well, I was
Thompson
talking and didn't
understands the amount of youth on
No,
this
I
team. He said our confidence is not gone, but it's shaken a little bit.
I think they need to
We're
switch
just gonna
those
see
around.
how
I
my
think
guys respond.
Gibbler needs to start. Gackel needs to come out of the bullpen, in my opinion.
Guevara fouls it away. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think what you like is that
Come on, Gibbler.
Guevara is absolutely getting his money's worth here. 1 career grand slam, but just need to cash in a run here. Good situational hitting.
4 home runs on the year. He rips this one out to left field, a base hit. Fralick comes home to score. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. An RBI single for Eric Guevara, and Auburn leads it 3-1.
What a great dichotomy, swing to swing. Okay, the swing and miss was a big hack. He shortens up, doesn't try and do too much. Got had to go down a little bit and scoop that, but right into the path of the barrel. That's a big insurance run here for Auburn.
Guevara drives in his 22nd run of the year and turns things over to Eddie Madrigal, but not before Matt Hobbs wants to have a conversation with Gibbler. Gibbler, who's been so good out of the bullpen. This is his 8th appearance of the year. You mentioned it. The batting average against him just 156, but 2 very hard hit balls off of him tonight.
And again, you look at where they are as far as the location, but we have to give credit to Auburn for taking advantage. You know, there's, 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position. Just a weekend ago, you've already had a plethora of opportunities here tonight.
And 0 for 5 to start the game, but back-to-back base hits with runners in scoring position. And now it's Eddie Madrigal's turn, and Madrigal takes a first pitch strike. Auburn's had 11 at-bats tonight with runners on base. They've got 4 hits in that situation. Madrigal's been on base twice with a single and a walk. And he takes strike 2. A good curveball at the bottom of the zone there from Gibbler.
I'm okay with that. I mean, and again, if you're Madrigal, you know you got bases loaded. You do not have to come out of your approach. All the pressure on Gibbler here. But boy, answering the moment here with 2 good breaking balls.
Come on, Gibbler.
Madrigal behind 0-2.
Got him.
And he goes down on strikes. Bases loaded, so nowhere for him to go, and a big strikeout there for Cole Gibbler.
You could just kind of tell that Ryder Helfrich recognized that Madrigal was having difficulty, so why not go back to the well? And that's the breaking ball. If Gabe Gackel with the 0-2 that he gave up a big hit on, if he throws that in the dirt, potentially could have gotten that kind of result that Gibbler did.
Pitch.
First pitch strike now to Ethan Bingaman. Bingaman struck out
Getting ahead in
looking
the count
in
makes
the
a big
second
difference.
inning. And he got a sacrifice fly in the 4th. That drove Auburn's first run in, tied the game at 1. Tigers now in front, 3-1. And Bingaman, just like last time, finds himself behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, it's elite stuff here from Gibbler. We mentioned a 156 batting average. Can I interest you in a 252 on base and just a 519 OPS overall? That's why he has been as reliable as anyone from the Hog Pen.
This one ripped foul. Oh, Nunamaker had to duck on that one, the third base coach for Auburn.
Or Vandy boy right there.
0-2 pitch lifted to left field. That's a base hit. It's going to score at least one, probably two here. Bub Terrell hits the bag at third. He comes to the plate. Throw not in time. It's a 2-run single. Again with 2 strikes for Bingaman, and Auburn leads it 5-1.
Absolute backbreaker. What a job by Bingaman. Again, when breaking balls are elevated, you are asking for trouble. And that one just too much of the middle of the plate. Beautiful job by Bingaman going and getting it. And now the crooked number that Auburn so desperately wanted a weekend ago, they finally have on night 1 of this series.
If you heard that or felt that, it was an exhale from the Auburn dugout. Able to get a big inning on the board. First pitch strike to Mason McCrane. Got the McCrane brothers in the 8 and 9 hole. Terrell came around to score, and that officially closes the book on Gabe Gackel. The 0-1 to McCrane. In the dirt, gets away, and both runners on base will move up. Guevara to third.
Come on, Gibbler, calm down.
Now the wheel's starting to come off a little bit here, and you can see the Razorback side getting a little wavy. Auburn, though, 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position to start tonight. 4 of their last 5 they have executed flawlessly this inning.
Ball and a strike to McCrane. Infield in all the way around for Arkansas. This one fouled wide of the bag at first.
Now you feel for Gabe Gackel because, boy, did it look real good for 3 innings. And made the adjustments, got back to pitching with a purpose, took the fight to the Auburn lineup. Tigers second time, third time around, making him pay with the command, eluding him, costing him some runs.
This one runs inside. Gackel against Florida a week ago lasted an inning and a third. Only gave up the 1 hit. Tonight gives up 6 hits in 4 innings. Ends up giving up 4 earned runs as well. The thing that probably is most concerning is the 8 walks in the last 2 starts. 3-2 now to Mason McCrane. Still just 1 out in the inning for Auburn with 4 runs across.
I'll be honest, thinking about getting away from the fastball too much and knowing that you become very predictable, you allow Auburn to cut off a part of the plate. And if you're not commanding the fastball, you're asking for trouble.
Full count. On the ground, right side, infield was in. Coming home to score is Guevara. Also coming home to score, Bingaman. Throw gets away, trying to take an extra base. Safe out at second. Mason McCrane with a 2-run single picks up an extra bag on the throwing error.
Everything you could ask for. Last weekend, you didn't get. You're getting it all through 5+ tonight from the Auburn offense. Just continue to apply pressure, infield drawn in, you get a pitch to handle, and you scream it through the right side. 6 runs home in this 5th inning. Now 7-1, the Tigers have blown this thing wide open.
And Dave Van Horn is headed back to the mound to make his 2nd pitching change of the 5th inning. Still only 1 out. Auburn has put 6 on the board. That's the lead. 7-1. Tigers in front of the Razorbacks.
Dang.
And just like that's how it all falls apart.
Maybe it's time to bring out the angry Major Razor. Yes.
They done pissed him off now.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm not worried, Joe.
There's a reason why we play it in series, not just one game.
I got to stream the game regardless. So
strikeout, 2-run single, 5 hits, 6 runs in the inning. Helped out by a walk, and only one of those hits an extra base hit.
Remarkable. Well, you were trying to get it anyway, anyhow, just to feel better about yourself. Well, you got to feel good about where your offense has executed thus far tonight.
Steele Eves will come into the game, the sophomore from Lone Oak, Arkansas, making his 12th appearance of the year. Numbers pretty good. 3-1 with a sub-4 ERA. Right-hander into the game for the Razorbacks. So his first pitch is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that misses to Brandon McCrane.
You get about a little bit of a 4-seam fastball, curveball, maybe a 2-seamer, and a little cutter.
7-1, Marcus. Appreciate you getting it coming in. 7-1 Auburn.
Not going to walk you.
Man, quite a few people dropped off there.
Thrower.
They'll be back.
Mason McCrane out at second base with his brother at the plate. I think there was some friendly competition with these two growing up.
Yeah, the growth spurt too. Late bloomer.
Might not have been fired up about paying the grocery bill at that house.
I would say it's a 2 shopping cart exit right there for sure.
That's a lot of food in 2 shopping carts. 3-1. On the ground, up the middle, a base hit for Brandon McCrane. Mason hits the bag at third. He'll come home to score, and it's now 8-1 on an RBI single from Brandon McCrane.
Just hitting where we're not. Everything's going right for him.
Think you got a mom and dad smiling right now?
I think you do. It's just like backyard baseball, but this one a little bit more fun on a Thursday night on the plate.
I mean, what are you going to do? Get mad?
Another pitch out over the big part of the plate. Simple swing.
Whether they win or lose does not affect my life on a daily basis at all. As a fan, I hate it, but it doesn't make me mad.
Something about the 5th inning.
I like watching baseball.
Opponents in the 5th inning this year, 43-7.
We get to spend it with the wonderful Sarge squad. So
this ball hit on the ground, just foul. Wide of the bag at third base.
Come on, girl, you can make a play better than that.
Girl.
Yeah, the ball girl down there.
Butch Thompson.
She was lollygagging.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, with runners in scoring position, 6 for 7 in the 5th inning. How about this? Bottom third of the order. Bingaman, McCrane, and McCrane. 3 straight run-scoring singles for a total of 5 runs driven in.
And only 2 of the Auburn starting 9 with multi-hit efforts tonight. Terrell and Guevara. Everyone has had a hand in it, and that's how you break out of a slump.
Top of the order, Bristol Carter, 10th Auburn hitter of the inning. He started this off with a walk. Now to Bristol Carter.
So kind of thinking big picture now, right? Because you've got what you've got out here. You want to try and run this up as much as you can if you're Auburn. Force Dave Van Horn to use some resources because it's the quick turnaround with the series starting 1 day earlier and now momentum squarely on Auburn's side.
And oh, by the way, Auburn has its staff ace scheduled to start game 2, Jake Marciano, tomorrow night. Which misses. One down in the inning. Only out was a strikeout to Eddie Madrigal in the 6th spot of the lineup. Runner goes, ball grounded. No throw to second because of the runner moving. Eves gets it over to first base. Carter retired for the 2nd out of the inning.
Smart play, just take your out. And boy, what a difference 48 hours make. Remember, one of the more heralded midweek matchups of the year. Auburn in Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. Best scoring, highest powered offense. They go out and run to Auburn. 48 hours later, Auburn with a chance to do it to an SEC foe on night 1 of the series.
This ball hit to first, handled there by Robinette. He handled that short hop, steps on the bag.
Hey.
Thank goodness we got out of that inning, huh?
Yes, sir. Let's just get out of that and forget about that inning. That's the difference between you looking at a ball team that's having fun. That's what you just seen there, to Auburn dugout, dancing around, playing around, because they're having fun playing ball right now. We are definitely not.
Yep.
And we got to find that, because when you start thinking too much and start trying pressing too hard, it's just going to continue. You got to relax and play ball. You cannot overthink it. It's Smoking. Gabe Gackel was a starter. He only gave up 4 runs, though. 4 earned.
Seven runs on 6 hits, helped out by an error.
If you're the hitting coach, what are you telling
a
them?
breath of fresh air for an Auburn Tiger offense that has been
I'm poking him with a stick, saying, "Come on, do something."
Offense alone.
Come on.
We talked about the struggles for this series. 2 hits with runners in scoring position against Alabama for last weekend. Already 6 through 5 innings of Game 1 against the Hogs tonight.
You just got to tell him,
Alvarez
stay within
had to
yourself
sit
and chip
for
away
a
at it. Is
while.
what we got to do.
We'll see how things go for him as he steps onto the mound in the top of the 6th inning, now with a 7-run lead.
Don't try to get them all back in
Yeah.
one go.
You can't. There's no 7-run
leads
homer.
off for Arkansas. He takes the ball there.
Something to think about, too. You mentioned it, sitting as long as Alvarez did. And if I'm Butch Thompson, being very wary of it, you cannot allow Arkansas to get up off the mat.
Swing and a foul tip. If you've been following Arkansas baseball, you know that Camden Kojal was Cam Kojal for a while. I noticed that it was different on the roster and everywhere I looked, and I checked in with the Arkansas radio team. Media relations director said, "It is Camden." Said, "Mom kept hearing Cam. And she said, "His name's Camden. And so he said, "Hey, my mom wants me to be called Camden. We're going with Camden."
What
now.
mom wants, mom gets. Rule number 1.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Camden at Kojal. And he chases one up. Goes down on strikes. That is the 9th strikeout of the night for Andreas Alvarez.
That's our biggest problem right there.
Well,
here's Ryder Helfrich.
yeah,
Too many
this
strikeouts
is it.
in
This is
the
your
game.
run, and we thought with it being the first of the night, it was loud off of the facade in right field. Arkansas thought they had a little breath of fresh air. Okay, boys, let's go. A little lead on the road. Boy, it would evaporate quickly.
The facade, I like that.
Side of the
batting
building.
cages out beyond the
Little brick facade.
right field wall.
Yeah. Gorgeous part of the park, too. Right down the line.
Helfrich's been on base twice, and he rips this one to left field. That's going to be off the green monster. That is going to be the loudest, longest single, perhaps, that Helfrich hits this year.
That's a home
That
run in
probably
another
would have been a
ballpark.
home run in 15 other parks in the
Yeah.
SEC.
Oh, my
sorry,
goodness.
Mr.
Buck
Announcer. I'll
Terrell,
let
come
you do
on
your
down.
job.
Your table's ready. Look at that. How about the swing? This is just hanging and banging, and that one had topspin on it so much. And I love the Helfrich's thinking, too. He had to put the e-brake on, find his way back, and Bob Terrell kept him with a very loud ringing single.
I said 15, 14 other parks. Vanderbilt's got the monster also.
Yes.
I think the other 15, that one is out of the yard.
That one is certainly out at Baum Walker. I know that.
So Ryder Helfrich's been on base all 3 times. A walk, a solo home run, and a 315-foot single. This ball crushed, but foul. Out in front that time, Zach Stewart. He hit it a ton.
They've had a couple of those tonight, and he's had some good swings. Nothing to show for it, really. One hit, the single, but some loud outs, or at least some loud foul balls.
Curveball misses away, 2-1. Looking around the SEC tonight, I'll start with a score that might surprise you if you're not paying attention. How about South Carolina in the top of the 6th, hosting number 2 Texas, leading at 6-1.
We have the nation's potential best starter on the mound tonight, too, for Texas.
Ruger Riojas lasted 3 innings, gave up 8 hits and 6 earned runs with 4 punch-outs and 2 walks.
Wow. That's a big one. That's a great at bat from Stewart here. Again, if anything, still driving some pitch count up. The long sit down here from the offensive inning for Auburn. Is that trickling in a little bit now to Andreas Alvarez? Could be seeing some stirring in the Auburn bullpen here soon.
1 down in the inning. Helfrich at first. Zach Stewart, the full count pitch. It misses outside. That's ball 4. And Arkansas has first and second with 1 down in the inning. Last week you had the sweeps all over the place, and it kind of altered the look of the top half of the SEC. 3 teams at 7-2, Mississippi State, Texas, and Georgia. All at 7-2, Mississippi State and Georgia playing in Starkville this weekend, with Georgia leading in that ball game 7-2 in the 5th inning. There have been questions about Georgia, their home park. They are so offensive at Foley Field. Will that travel? It is traveling tonight for the Georgia Bulldogs.
It's L.J. Cormier getting loose there for Auburn. Yeah, I mean, Georgia, you know, that's how they're built. They can bludgeon you. Both Georgia and Georgia Tech, 2 of the more impressive offenses.
Almost like there's some high school baseball players that emerge in the Peach State.
You think?
Not only filling out those rosters, that's actually now a 9-2 lead for Georgia. There's a strike that gets the corner, and the count evens at 1-1 to Reese Robinette.
We gotta get this pitcher out.
Go
Should be soon, though. You would think, right?
Yeah. Robinette find his way on.
This
You
probably
have
his
got
last
to limit
inning.
any potential damage.
Just missed.
92 pitches. Been incredibly reliable as far as a strike thrower. I think he has made some even larger strides tonight, especially his first and second time around the order.
When you look at Auburn's pitching staff, they think they are close to getting a pretty key piece back. Tell you more about that in just a moment.
Come on, Robinette.
This one fouled away.
Right.
At least get on base,
Keep
Robinette.
them pitches up.
The old Griffin Graves.
He's going to make a mistake.
That would be who I am referring
Yes,
to.
indeed. And it's an embarrassment of riches when you think about where their overall staff is right now, just from the dominance, one of the lowest ERAs as far as a pitching staff in the country, and a potential top flight arm making his way back sooner than later.
Graves, the left-hander out of Jackson, Tennessee. This
There you
ball
go.
hit through the right side
There
of
we
the
go.
infield past Rembert. Base runners will go station to station, and Arkansas has them loaded with still just
With them
one
beer
down in the
hats
inning.
on.
Leadoff strikeout of Kojal. Since then, single, walk, single. Graves has been a starter. Plan right now for Butch Thompson, because he's not built back up to starter stamina, is to have him out of the bullpen, and then they'll kind of work their way back and figure things out later in the season. But when you look at what Andreas Alvarez has done tonight, now with a career-high 95 pitches, he's thrown 19 in this inning.
Feels like a teachable moment here. It's at some point you gotta find out. And this kid has earned probably the opportunity here. I wouldn't go much farther, because you certainly don't want the Razorbacks catching a second win.
Christian Turner ahead in the count, 2-0. Some of the fans here at Plainsman Park getting a little restless.
Well, the freshman could do wonders right here to reignite his dugout with a big-time hit with runners in scoring position.
2-0, that's ball 3.
Come
You gotta
on,
tell your
walk
youngster to take
him.
here. Alvarez is going to be throwing pitch number 99.
Free
He might even
points.
take 2 here.
There's a fastball for a strike at 93. Alvarez was 94, 95, 96 early in the game, so not much drop off in terms of velocity.
I mean, going as far as he's gone, career highs right now, digging a little bit deep in the legs for sure.
100th pitch of the game for Alvarez, and he drops in strike 2 at 94 miles an hour, trying to gut his way through at least this at bat.
I'm okay with that from Turner. Again, you're down as much as you are. You want to keep the line moving here. Alvarez, you work really hard to find your way back. Best bullet right here. Empty the tank.
Arkansas with the bases loaded and 1 out. The full count pitch. Strike 3 called. A fastball right at the knees over the heart of the plate.
Gutsy. Oh, punch out number 10 ties a career high and might be my favorite pitch of the night considering the circumstance. Look at the outstanding pitch presentation as well from Chase Fralick, and yes, sir.
Got to swing it.
For 11 that one.
At least foul it off.
28 strikeouts in the last 17 and 2/3 from Alvarez. He drops a dandy curveball there on the outside corner. 10 punch outs tonight, ties the career high that he set against Georgia Tech back on March 17th. First pitch of this game tonight from Alvarez was the first pitch he had thrown against an SEC team this year. Just off the plate with the curveball there, and the count goes to 1-1.
Now, if I'm Butch Thompson, this is it. This is his last hitter. You know where you are. You want to also have him leave on a
Come
good
on,
note,
Micah.
regardless of what happens here.
That's Micah New, isn't it?
Tonight,
Yes.
A single and a strikeout. The 1-1. Gets into Chase. That's 3 straight curveballs in this at bat. And Alvarez is ahead in the count.
Well, good old number 1 has been really good setting up Uncle Charlie. Does he have another big bender in there to finish his night?
The 1-2. It is another curveball. This one backhanded it short by McCrane. The throw across in time. Arkansas leaves them loaded. Razorbacks with a chance to climb back into it, but Alvarez shuts the door as his night likely comes to an end. What a battler on the mound.
Got to tip your hat to the young man. 104 pitches, 1 run.
What are you talking about language, Joji? I didn't say a bad word.
Nigel, we've been talking about that.
More you could ask of the young right-hander. Spectacular effort in.
What's his buyout?
Outstanding.
He worked himself into a mess in the 6th inning as Arkansas was trying to climb back into this game. Gave up a 1-out single to the walk and another single to load the bases. But he got a strikeout and a ground out to end the inning and end his night. Arkansas going back to the bullpen, bringing the freshman from Springdale in, Luke Corneliuson. Corneliuson making his 4th appearance of the year.
Going to be just about a fastball curveball change, but primarily that 4-seamer and the curveball as well.
4th pitcher used tonight by Arkansas. Gabe Gackel, the starter.
Come on, Angel.
Goes 4 innings. Then they turned it over to Cole Gibler and then Steele Eves, and now Luke Corneliuson getting a chance to come in as Arkansas. You certainly are not conceding. There's a lot of baseball remaining, but you also want to make sure that you've got a bullpen that can get you through the weekend.
And that was part of the strategy when they played.
Rimbert hits this one high to right field.
When they played Missouri State on Tuesday, you know, you've got to strategize a little bit and say, okay, who do we feel if we're in a spot that's close? Do we want to send our usual A-teamers out there, or are we going to hold some resources back? They decided to do that. Tonight, an easy decision is you don't have that opportunity being down 7. Let's put it fairly, though. I mean, this Razorback offense had plenty of opportunities. They're 1 for 11 tonight with runners on. It wasn't for lack of chances. They just have not been able to come through. 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position of their own accord.
And 8 left on base through 6 at-bats tonight for the Razorbacks. Here's Bub Terrell. A couple of hits for Terrell. He's got a double and a single, and he takes a strike at the bottom.
Boy, that thing was right at the knees, wasn't it?
I hope everything's going good, my boy. Blue.
Every Auburn Tiger in the lineup has a hit tonight, and 7 of the 9 in the order have scored.
That is the elixir right there.
Fastball strike to Terrell. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a little live arm here from Corneliuson. Only 5 innings on the season. Does have 5 strikeouts, just a pair of walks.
Strike 3 called. Terrell goes away looking for the 2nd out of the inning. ESPN is the home of the women's Final Four tomorrow night. South Carolina meets UConn in a battle royale. That's at 7 Eastern. Then it's Texas and UCLA. Battle royale round 2. Final Four pregame special from Phoenix begins at 6. We'll also have a special courtside presentation of both games on ESPN and the ESPN app. Guevara takes low and away for ball 1. 6 series that have gotten started tonight. No finals yet.
Talking to me?
Ole Miss trying to bounce back from being swept at home last weekend by Mississippi State, facing the team that swept the Arkansas Razorbacks, and it's Ole Miss leading 6-3 over Florida in the bottom of the 7th. This ball hit high, deep to right center field. Stewart on the run. That ball is gone. Eric Guevara goes the opposite way for his 5th home run of the year.
Emotional damage.
9-1, Auburn Tigers in front.
Well, they are flexing now, and if you are a fan of triple-digit exit velo and high intensity, how about 109 off the bat? Apo Taco incoming to the student section in right center. Splash landing to make it 9-1 Tigers.
Oh, and he caught it out there. Well done. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Eddie Madrigal. He's been on base twice, a single, a walk, and a strikeout.
Yeah, that's a sign of a guy who felt good about everything on that swing.
We're praying for you, my boy. Blue, get better quickly.
New jogging in. He'll make the catch, and that ends the inning. But a solo home run for Eric Guevara, his 5th of the year, makes it 9-1 Auburn.
I mean, it's hard to replace it. It's hard to replace a pitching staff like we had. I mean,
yeah, I mean, we lost a lot of talent last year. I mean, there was no doubt about it.
we had what? Rooster. What was the kid that was out of Central Arkansas? He was a 5th-year senior, I believe. McIntyre.
Four-game losing streaks. It is time for us to take a look at Jensen's stock report. And no, we're not talking about the price of a barrel of Brent crude.
No, we're just looking at the teams you'd want to invest in. How about Texas, Mississippi State, and Georgia? Your blue chippers, ones that'll give you a great rate of return. How about some preferred stock, though? Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, a chance to go higher. And then are you bullish or are you bearish? Arkansas, not looking so good. A&M, maybe. Kentucky, Ole Miss. It's going to be interesting to see right around the midseason point schedule-wise, but just getting through the first third of the SEC weekends.
Coach Thompson has gone to his bullpen after 6 innings of 6-hit, 1-run baseball. You get a look at Dave Van Horn also making a change with a pinch hitter here for the Razorbacks. Give you the hitter first quickly. The Razorbacks going with Alexander Peck, the freshman from Franklin, Tennessee. He is pinch hitting in the 9-hole for TJ Pompey. And takes a strike and the count goes to 1-1. Auburn has turned things over as you get a look at Peck. well put together young player. And he hits it high and deep and a long way foul.
Good souvenir for everybody on the side of the parking garage there. The faithful hanging out.
In fact, does not have a home run, although you see some pop in his bat here. LJ Cormier is now on the mound for the Auburn Tigers after the brilliant performance tonight from Alvarez. The freshman from Tuscaloosa with a familiar last name. And kind of looks like that as well.
Yeah.
Father Lance Cormier, a star at Alabama. LJ gets a swing and a miss for a strikeout of Peck, and a good start to his outing.
Getting a little 3-pitch mix, going to feature the breaking ball here, and big over the top. Nice little 12-6 action. And Peck with a little free air conditioning on a warm night here on the Plains.
LJ Cormier does not have a win or a loss. He's got an ERA below 3, 2.70 on the year. As Rutenbar in the leadoff spot comes to the plate for the 4th time tonight. He's got 1 hit. He takes strike 1. Cormier making his 9th appearance of the year. He did pitch last weekend in Tuscaloosa. Had a couple of clean innings for Auburn against the team that was in his backyard growing up.
I'm sure there wasn't any thing said from the stands when he took the mound.
Coach Thompson said, we need to go ahead and get this over with. We're in Tuscaloosa. He needs this experience.
Yeah.
He was glad that he went out and pitched well. Said from a recruiting standpoint, Gabe Gross, the longtime hitting coach here at
Sarge,
Auburn,
if you have another bad outing,
professionally
say
along
this
the way
series,
with
do you
Lance Cormier.
fire
There's a little bit of a
Nate Thompson
relationship there.
midseason?
LJ came on his official visit. It just felt right.
Sometimes all you
I
need,
would have already fired him,
depending on
to
if
be honest.
you are going into the Lions.
But
Den
I don't
or
think
you
they
are
won't fire him during the season.
one of the opposite side of where you
It's
grew
just
up.
we just don't do that.
Coach Thompson, one of the great people,
We
steady as she goes.
I ain't gonna lie, maybe
Strike 3 called.
DVH needs to take
Rutenbar thought it was called
playbook
4.
of
That's
what
back-to-back strikeouts for LJ
Bobby P
Cormier
did right
out
there
of the
as
pen
soon as
here
he
in the
took
top of the
over.
7th.
yeah.
And you get the high release point, little high 3/4, and when you're throwing that
Start
kind of
handing
dart
out pink
downhill,
slips.
that is going to be tough to pick up. 12 strikeouts from Auburn pitching tonight, and a couple of
I just think the
Cormier
staff
to
has
start his
become too
evening.
comfortable with Dave Van Horn.
Goes right over the top there and drops a curveball in for strike 1.
Look, he ain't gonna have no more room. Oh, he's gonna have to go down to the second one.
This ball hit high in the air to right field. McCrane going back. He's going to settle. Shy of the warning track. He'll make the catch, and it's a clean 1-2-3 inning for LJ Cormier out of the bullpen. Time to stretch at Plainsman Park.
It's time to stretch.
Ball playing right now.
They probably, I don't know if they are or not.
I'm looking. We are not. I got a whole picture of it, my boy. Put 2 cups of sugar in that Kool-Aid.
Night in Auburn, Alabama. The home crowd has had plenty to cheer about as Auburn has exploded for 9 runs, all in the middle third of this game. Got on the board in the 4th inning to tie it up, exploded for 7 in the 5th inning, and then the solo home run in the 7th inning as well. Take a look at some headlines in college baseball. How about the resurgence out west? UCLA has gone wire to wire as number 1. Southern Cal looks like the old Southern Cal, and, well, Oregon State doing Oregon State things. A little surprising to see the Gators, the Tigers, and the Commodores all unranked.
Going to be weird, but we just saw them on Tuesday, and these Auburn fans know all well.
See, you guys,
what Georgia Tech's
everybody's on a
offense can do,
downhill slide in
averaging
the
over
SEC.
11 runs per game, a run rule victory in the midweek, but it has been the hitting party for the Tiger offense, finally getting back some of that offensive swagger they have been searching for.
New pitcher in the game for Auburn, for Arkansas. 5th pitcher of the night used as James DeCramer comes in, making his 7th.
According to the money, though, Hero, we're a football school.
Most like all SEC schools are.
Looking for outs, and he delivers high for ball 1 to Ethan Bingaman. Couple of changes defensively.
Out of the big three,
Arkansas.
baseball
Robinette
out of
flips
all
across
SEC
the
schools
diamond.
gets the
He's
least
now at
amount
third base,
in NIL.
and Peck.
That's a good take, William. I agree.
The third baseman is now at first base into the game defensively. The 1-0. This one hit high into the air to shallow center field. Coming on hard, knew he's going to get there. He'll make the catch with no drama for the first out of the inning. This Razorbacks pitching staff has been good for much of the year. Last couple of games, a little different story.
No doubt. And again, you're going to take your lumps at some point each year. Each team goes through it. It's how you adapt and overcome. Well, Missouri
Just got a
State,
new coach,
nothing
man.
to
I
kind of
mean,
sneer
you're gonna
at,
have to
right?
give him a chance, Hero.
Up and coming programs, a team that is.
And to be honest, Hero, we're just now really getting the money.
Power 4 schools.
Yeah, Sam
Tonight,
Pittman didn't have this
was it-
money.
Fairly regular in the postseason
Correct.
as well.
Yes, and when you look at where Auburn was, we know they can pitch. They've done it all year. They've gone in spurts hitting wise. And do you let a weekend define you? And hey, you never want to get swept by your arch rival, but does that end up kind of overlapping into feeling like, whoa, something's got to change? You got to kind of keep it small and mentally stay in the moment.
Well, Butch Thompson told us, we were a single in game 2 against Texas in the bottom of the 9th inning, from winning the first 2.
Do you have to win a
series,
conference
the
championship to be a
series,
football
and then
school,
people,
Johnny
at least from an
Jones?
outside perception standpoint, are saying, wow, is this the number 2 team in the country? Catch made by Robinette, now at third base for the second out of the inning. So Mason McCrane retired there.
So I know we had a little fun with the stock watch.
Most of the Waltons, though, they didn't all go to
The
Arkansas.
reason why I would
Most
put
of them went to
Auburn
Missouri.
in that preferred stock area is because what can you win with throughout the year? If you pitch, you're going to be in. They have got that, and then they're going to get a lot more of it. You get reinforcements as you move through this second half. I thought it was great when Butch Thompson said, I kind of talked to the boys and said, hey, he self-admitted, said, I'm not the most tech-savvy person, okay?
I got you, Hero.
But he holds up this HDMI cord.
Which, if you know Butch Thompson, is the least surprising thing that could come out of his mouth.
He holds up this HDMI cord with a piece of tape in the middle of it and says, boys, this is where we are in the season. We got this much more to go. And hopefully it's a lot more. And just to kind of bring everyone back to center of, okay, let's be proud of what we've done thus far. Have we gone through some things that we've done well? Yes. Do we have some learning curve still? Absolutely. We're a young team, but sometimes that reinforcement visually, I know it's really small and it's nothing crazy. It's like, okay, take a deep breath. We're fine. We're home. And this stretch right here, Richard, thinking this homestand that they have is about as critical a juncture of their season thus far.
Tonight, game 1 of
I don't know what you're
game
talking about,
homestand.
Johnny
Obviously,
Jones.
Arkansas in town this weekend. They've got Kentucky coming in next weekend as well. Kramer, 5th pitcher tonight used for the Razorbacks. That's Bristol Carter waiting for a turn. 2 outs and Brandon McCrane dealing with the bases empty and a 2-2 count. Gets a piece of it and stays alive at the plate. Talk about it, 6 games happening in the SEC. Still an 8-1 lead for South Carolina.
We won the
over
1964
Texas.
national
Georgia in front of
championships. It was
Mississippi State,
called the
10-2.
national champions.
Yikes, in Starkville.
In Starkville. And you can bet there's a
So I guess Auburn's
there
just a
tonight.
powerhouse at football
Vanderbilt and
because they
Texas
claimed a whole
A&M had
bunch.
Wild game tonight at Bryan College Station. Commodores in front 9-8.
That tracks.
Chopper picked up by the catcher and a throw from Helfrich. Boy, he played that beautifully.
Oh, that's an All-American play right there. Ryder Helfrich doing all he can to try and keep the Hogs alive. Defensively, fundamentally sound, beautiful throw, but it's Auburn leading it.
I mean, it still counts. Man, Helfrich's got a hell of an arm.
That's what'll get him drafted, his defense, and he can hit just good enough.
I was about to say, I was 2 years old when Arkansas won their basketball championship.
I was graduating high school. You guys, 2 years old. You young pups.
Hero was 6.
Oh, there's Ashton. I was wondering where he was at. I figured as bad as this game was going, we'd see him a lot sooner.
Came in at the end, so he didn't have to live through all the other innings.
Oh, Jackson, Greg Olson's not. Oh, wait. Did you think I was talking about Greg Olson?
Hey, what? You thought you were going to start there.
Frank Thomas, Tim Hudson. Soon, a new name going on that wall. They're going to add the name of Josh Donaldson to the wall. Butch Thompson and John Cohen, the athletics director, kind of tricked him this week into thinking that he was doing an interview. And then they told him that his number was going to be put on the wall here at Plainsman Park. And Donaldson said he was kind of at a loss for words.
Yeah, what is it? The series against Georgia? They're going to have that ceremony, and the guys.
Statistically, Camden is the best hitter on the team.
And not getting cheated. Josh Donaldson ended up facing him a time or two in my career.
Kozel leading off, hits this one on the ground out into right field. A base hit for the Razorbacks shortstop. So Butch Thompson was looking for a way to kind of visually represent where this team was in the season. You can see he found an old HDMI cable. He was like, I didn't really know how to use it, so I put a piece of tape in the middle of it, and we held it out. So he got the inspiration from this from Francis Chan, who had used that as an illustration. And he said, guys, this is where we are in the season. Think about what we've done and what we've got remaining. And let's not get caught up in a stretch of 4 or 5 games where we're not playing as well as we're capable.
And I can understand that you see the number, the single
Johnny,
digit
let's
next to your
not
team
bring
name, and all of
politics
a
into the
sudden
chat,
it's
please.
a lower double digit. That
This ball ripped out into left field, a base hit for Ryder Helfrich, a 3-hit night for the Razorbacks catcher, who is just so incredibly talented. You saw him kind of flash the leather defensively at the end of the last half inning, and he's done his work at the plate tonight. He's been on base all 4 times.
going to be a remarkable pro very, very soon, and a guy that, despite the score, has given you his best effort.
Now Zach Stewart to the plate. Stewart's been on base twice tonight, a single and a walk. We've also seen an impressive foul ball, lest there be any question about the power in the bat for Zach Stewart. He yanked one way out of the park down the right field line, but was out in front of it. Razorbacks down to their final 6 outs, but trying to not go quietly. And I guess I'm curious, regardless of the outcome of the game, can Arkansas build momentum toward game 2, toward the rest of this series, if they're able to kind of get something going late?
No question, and that has to be the goal. This is college baseball.
Next swing, strike 3. Not going to get the momentum there, as that's a 3-pitch strikeout and the 3rd since entering for LJ Cormier.
Absolutely, give credit where it's due. Curveball, a really great job yet again, top to bottom, little 12-6 action. When you haven't seen, and here's been the beauty tonight. Alvarez.
What do you do, YT, when you can't hit nothing that's bending and you don't hit what's straight either?
And for you young pitchers watching at home, if you maintain arm speed,
it's kind of
You
perplexing.
just sit there and watch it happen.
you are going to give yourself so much.
You just
more
sit there and
room
watch it happen.
for success in the strike zone, because that hitter is seeing fastball arm speed and then having to react from there. Feels like a chip off the old block, doing it the right way.
My question is, if you're Dave Van Horn, what do you even do?
I don't know at this point.
First base to
You
third
just-
base.
You just got to ride the waves.
I mean,
man.
I'm not trying to be like negative or
Arkansas
anything, but
started
like,
conference play with a
what do you
World
do?
Series win
Yeah, no, I
against
agree.
you only have
I
a
mean,
few
it's-
people that are hitting.
Game
Yeah.
one, 5-4.
Your pitching is not on par.
7-2
I
in the
mean,
second game, then won game 3.
Your
7-3.
defense, I mean, your defense is only as good as your
2-1 after
pitcher.
The opening weekend, they got 2 from South
we
Carolina.
make too many
to get the 4-2,
little
and
mistakes,
last week,
like the drop ball
faced
in
a
the
Florida Gators
by
team
Stewart.
that had pitched well all season
these
long,
two
but it had
run.
very little
No
offense to
offense.
show.
Yeah.
We're just not playing good ball right now. Period. On any level.
Yes, to
Offense,
roundaboutly answer your question,
defense,
I mean,
pitching.
you can never just kind of lay down here, because you don't know if an
No
error,
timely hitting.
misplay
I mean, it's just-
ultimately is a spark.
Maybe we need to
just
play
think
short
if you're
games.
gonna
Start
go
doing those
back to the
sacrifice
hotel tonight, you want
bunts.
to have
and-
something positive to hang your hat on.
It's just one of those years, man. It's just going to be a down year. We're just going to have to get through it and
Robinette
hopefully
down on
so shake up in the
strikes after
offseason
2
and
singles to start the inning,
start rebuilding.
Punch-outs for Cormier. So what's coming up? Obviously 2 remaining in this weekend series on the road. You look ahead. 4 of the remaining 6 opponents ranked currently in the top 25.
I don't see us-
Weeks ago, Ole Miss was in the top 25.
I don't see us
for a
beating
rough
Alabama or
weekend
Georgia.
Last weekend.
We might beat Missouri.
You really can do that, though, with 16 schedules. Oh, it's going to be hard for the next 6 weeks. Yes.
yeah, it's not going to get no
Also
easier.
called the SEC. Back-to-back singles and then 3 straight outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
See, and that's our problem is we get guys on and then the rest of the lineup can't do nothing with them. And it's just a repetitive thing over and over and over again.
I wouldn't 100% say that, Sean, that they're not fighting for each other.
You mean, I mean, you got to understand too. These kids they're pissed too because they don't want to lose. They ain't out there purposely losing on purpose. So it's just they have to figure it out.
Hero, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a super bad year if he does retire. Do I want him to retire? No.
I think he definitely needs to get a new staff.
I think I don't think that this will be his last year. I think what's going to happen is he's going to gut the staff. Hey, I mean, we still have the trophy. I mean, and I think we tied for the national championship.
It's still in the record
71.
books as a national championship, so I don't care what anybody says. We got one. I don't care how we got it. We got one.
That's 364 more days to next year's hockey tryouts. Those you that
dumb sometimes. What are we doing?
Those you that know the Happy
there's
Gilmore
a
reference,
lot of college football teams
that can't say that.
Can't say that they have one.
Or just full moon or near full moon. I don't think we can see the rocket.
Artemis, yeah, I don't
think
it's
look, there they are going around the moon.
We just got
a big ball in the sky.
So we'll see what if we can see it. We'll let you know.
Carson Brumball, the freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma, right outside of Oklahoma City at 6'3", 215 pounds.
I get what you're saying, Sean.
And welcome to it. And, as you kind of alluded to before, can you create some momentum? Well, these kind of situations, sometimes you're going to
that's a better way to say it, Sean. I agree with you on that.
Cleanup duty, but
there's definitely some chemistry not vibing.
Take advantage of it.
Is that who is pitching right now?
The guy with the glove on.
Kind of chances that will define you. And
is that the shortstop?
That could be Brumball, yeah. I think maybe.
Is that Brumball?
Top of the order, leading.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
He was a pitcher too.
And a strike on Carter. Been on base a couple
he threw
of times.
94 down the
in
line.
the third inning. Walked and scored as part of that 7-run fifth inning. That is the difference.
Well, Van Horn's getting desperate now when he got Brumball pitching.
Walk, double, walk, single, 2-run single, and then another.
Go get him, Brumball. If you can't hit and play shortstop, at least pitch for us.
Order for Arkansas. Bingaman,
93.
McCrane drove in 5.
Hero Blake said Thompson might be fired tonight. You think he's handing him his papers and said, you can drive back?
I wouldn't be mad at that, Hero.
I think more than anything, too, we talk about runners in scoring position stats.
Well, he was also he pitched to Eagle too. He's actually pitched in
just one of those aberrations that you could see, but I think it's.
But he was recruited here for a shortstop.
That inning transpired.
But yes, I understand what you're saying though.
It was taking advantage of mistakes. That's an inning that you put on film for your hitters and say, fellas, that's how you do it.
Outside ball 4 and. About as much drama as you're going to get. Carter takes all his gear off with authority as he jogs
I don't think
it's
that. I mean, right, I think Dave sees that it's a lost game, so he's getting him some time on the mound.
Richard, it's not about the bullpen right now. It's about he's trying to save the arms for the other 2 games. He's conceding this game is basically what he's doing.
A number of times tonight. Auburn was 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position last week against the in-state rival Alabama. And they lost 2 of those games by a run and 2 runs. 10-run ruled in game 1. 11.
Well, right now, Dragon, he is not looking that great in the big leagues.
That speaks to, again, overall, when you look at the makeup of this Auburn team. Yes, are they young? Sure, but when you can pitch, you're going to have a couple of the outliers. But they're going to be in every series. You get kind of
this fastball looks nice.
Alvarez,
it's all he's got, pretty much.
Gets his chance, ties a career high in strikeouts. You get your ace in Marciano tomorrow, chance to win a series. Remember, they came into tonight 12 of their last 13.
That was a pretty nasty changeup.
That lone series loss was a couple of weeks ago against Texas. And 1 or 2 plays, this could have been the last 13 straight.
Yeah. Back-to-back swings from Chase Fralick that say, I'm hungry and I'm ready to leave. Plays off the pitch there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 10-run rule.
95-mile-an-hour wild pitch.
Regular season.
Trying to overthrow.
By contrast, you look at Arkansas again entering tonight. Last 10 meetings head-to-head. Arkansas had been 8-2, and they had won 6 straight head-to-head series against Auburn, including 3 here at Plainsman Park. Well, barring something unforeseen, Auburn's going to have a chance to end a lot of those streaks come tomorrow night.
I agree, Richard. Normally,
high into the air, out into shallow left. It's the shortstop, Koziel, calling for it, making the catch for the first out of the inning. ESPN is the home of the women's Final Four, and it all gets going tomorrow night. All 4 of the teams.
Doesn't look bad on the mound.
South Carolina and UConn.
Other than he's not naturally a pitcher.
That's in game 1 at 7 Eastern. Then Texas and UCLA clash in the nightcap. We've got that courtside presentation for you as well. Pre-game coverage. They're out in Phoenix for the women's Final Four.
I like UConn, I like UCLA to meet in the national title game.
What's wrong with Tony V?
This ball out to left field, and that's going to be off the wall. Turner will run it down as Rembert goes into second head first with a slide.
Don Owen said they bring Tony V back. I'm done supporting the university.
Some new denting from a lot of loud contact as Rembert collects his 100th hit. His career. Look at this. Again, elevated in the middle of the zone. Backspin that one out there, and well, Auburn a chance.
Bristol Carter came around to score on the play. It's 10-1, and Bub Terrell takes that one inside. That's going to allow Rembert to move up 90 feet, and Auburn now 90 feet away from an 8-inning walk-off win.
When I think about where we were through the first 3 innings, Gabe Gackel, Andreas Alvarez looked like we were going to have ourselves a pitcher's duel. And the unraveling in the 5th inning from the Arkansas pitching staff.
Bub Terrell, a couple of hits in the night. He's got a double and a single. He scored 2 runs, and he's ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. Asked Butch Thompson if there was more to come from Bub Terrell, and he said he's just scratching the surface. He hits it high into the air to shallow center field. Rembert standing on the bag at third. He's going to tag up and try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate.
Nailed
it's
him.
Perfect, and that is an out at home plate. An outfield assist for Micah New. The tag applied by Helfrich.
New.
It's 10-1, and we go to the 9th.
It's a hell of a throw.
It's a hell of a throw. I'll agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Jeff. Exactly. Sounds like that dog's going crazy back there.
He is.
I got you, Sean. I mean, is it on the staff, Joe G? Is it on the staff, or is it on the error of the players swinging at wild stuff?
No, it's definitely on the staff. You got to have your players ready to go. I would say 60-40.
Eagle says like KEO pitch in the night.
Yeah, right.
Tigers after an incredible starting pitching performance tonight from Andres Alvarez. First pitch, or the first at bat, grounded to third. The throw across, and Auburn is 2 outs away as Micah New is retired.
I got you, Sean.
Earlier at the upcoming schedule.
Hey, some people
Arkansas,
have their preferences on coaches, you know.
It is as big a gauntlet as you could face. Again, this series against Arkansas marking the 3rd of 9 straight series, as you can see, against ranked opponents. It is, by many measures, the most difficult schedule to date and remaining. As much adversity or as much difficulty as you could face before a potential postseason run, you're going to get everything that could test you. And I think if you're Arkansas now, you throw your ace in Gabe Gackle tonight. Auburn has their ace in Marciano ready to go for tomorrow. You don't want to put must-wins on a second game of the 4th SEC series of the year, but I think it's the way that
it feels important.
The way that Arkansas has looked, and even coming into tonight, both these teams felt like they needed a series win.
Alexander Peck goes down swinging for the 2nd time. He's faced LJ Cormier. That's 1 trip through the order and 5 punch-outs for Cormier, on the heels of 10 by the starter Alvarez. That's 15 total by the Auburn staff tonight.
I believe that is 3 shy of tying the school record.
You know why you
This
can't
season.
win? There's only 27 outs in a game
game
in 9 innings. We've had 15 strikeouts.
Texting with George Nunnally earlier, the media relations director for Auburn baseball. He said, guys, we
you
got
can't
a
do
long
that
way
in
to
a
go
game.
to get to the school record.
Well,
I don't know this. I'm not looking at it, but I would not be shocked if Tim Hudson was involved with the school record.
I would say that's a smart wager right there.
I
For
think
sure.
Dave Van Horn's due 1 bad year in the past, I don't know,
Auburn is
10.
poised to go to 6-1 when Andres Alvarez takes the mound. As you see, Timmy Hudson's retired 15 right there.
And now Auburn a strike away from a Game 1 win and snapping a 4-game losing streak. Swept, last weekend in Tuscaloosa in a 3-game series to Alabama. This one lined out to left field. A good defensive piece of hitting there by Rutenbar. He's going to cruise into second base with a double. And Arkansas says we're not done quite yet.
Now, Dave Van Horn was as effusive as Dave Van Horn can be in praise of a freshman. He was really complimentary of Rutenbar when we talked with him today. Average now.
I agree with what you said.
On the season.
RS.
Just a nice compact swing. And again, you're looking for things positive, reinforcement. There's not been a lot of it for Arkansas to hang their hat on tonight. That's going to be the challenge for them when they take the field tomorrow.
Nolan Sousa 0 for 4 at the plate tonight. Put the ball in play all 4 times. Ground out, fly out, soft line out, and another fly out. It's a Razorbacks team that is searching for answers right now, on the verge of losing their 5th in a row. How about the freshman LJ Cormier? 5 strikeouts, worked his way all the way through the order, now into the 2nd time through. Coming out and putting up zeros in a lopsided game. And he gets a swing and a miss there. And again, Auburn a strike away from finishing this one off.
Really well done all the way around pitching-wise tonight, as Rutenbar is going to take third.
That would be fielder's indifference. Cormier never even looked at him. Somebody covering the bag at third. Fouled off, and we will do it again.
Well, if you're Butch Thompson and you're Auburn, you have got to feel really good about one of your young phenoms, and Andres Alvarez, the way he pitched. Cormier going to get you the bulk here to finish up. We are poised to
Got
be
Anakin
set
Skywalker on the mound over here.
Series clincher tomorrow night.
Down low, the count now 2-2.
Am I the only one that sees that?
Sousa reaches safely. We'll see Kojul again at the plate. Sousa lines this one out into left center field. On the run, Carter not going to get there. He'll cut it off as Sousa goes in with a stand-up double. Arkansas gets a run back. It's now 10-2 in the top of the ninth.
Boy, I give a lot of credit. Carter was humming into the gap to try and limit Sousa to a single. Look at this, just fastball and, you know, serves it right out there. Watch the slip, though, for Bristol Carter. He kind of loses his feet. Oh, that could have been bad on the ankle there, but hopefully he's okay. And, hey, if you're Arkansas, you're trying to find anything to hang your hat on here. It looks like Carter's going to be okay.
Kind of grabbed at his knee, the outside part of his knee as he was going down on there, and you saw him kind of shaking the leg.
All right, so after he slips, let's see him get up here a little bit. A little ginger. It's the last thing you need. You're leadoff hitter and center fielder, and you're up 8. Well, you appreciate the effort. He's really doing it the way you're taught, fundamentally sound.
Back-to-back doubles here with 2 outs in the top of the ninth for Arkansas off of L.J. Cormier. He gets a swing and a miss from Kojul. Cam Kojul 1 for 4 tonight, had a single in the 8th inning. This one is hit high in the air to left field. Bub Terrell on the run. He's going to get to the track. Still backing up. He'll make the catch. And that ends the inning, and it ends the ball game. Auburn snaps that 4-game losing skid with a 10-2 victory.
Right.
All right. Well, that's that. 10-2 loss to
Not
Auburn.
much we can say.
Yeah, not much we're going to say about that, but see you tomorrow at 5:45 for game 2 and see if it turns out any different. We appreciate everybody
Hopefully it does.
that was here, that stuck with us all the way through the end. And now I'm going to eat dinner. So love y'all, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. You're dismissed.